Welcome to Hurrdat Sports Live.
This year they do get a look from the top of the key, and Creighton starting off the strong three-point shooting thanks to Kennedy Townsend. Prince breaks down the defense, kicks it out. Weaver makes the Creighton Blue Jays pay. Doing the dirty work. 2 seconds to go here. Nebraska trying to get the shot off. Last second, heave, and it goes in! Are you kidding me? Jessica Petrie with the buzzer beater! Meanwhile, a three-ball goes for Johnson.
Johnson spreads the floor with that three-point shot.
Okay, this is a great win for us, and we have a very strong mutual respect with the team that's our in-state rival, and it's been a little while, so we needed this one. I felt like our team kept their intensity and focus for 40 minutes. Not that that was mistake-free or that we don't have things to learn from, but I thought we were pretty focused, locked in, and had good energy for 40 minutes.
Good morning. Welcome in Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Centris Federal Credit Union. That's DBM Ravi, Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill, and we too are going to try and have good energy for at least 40 minutes.
I don't know about that.
You don't think so? Well, can't do it?
Give it the old collegiate try. Isn't that what the kids say?
What's up, DB?
How we doing?
Oh, we're doing all right.
Are you sure? Shane, you couldn't find Coatney's You Betcha off Petrie's Heave? Oh, my gosh. It was so good. I can't even do it. It was probably about 6 hours worth of a betcha.
It was.
I've got it here. I'll play it for you.
Do you have it now?
Looks to get it in. Into Petrie up the left sideline. 60-foot jumper. You betcha! You betcha! A 60-foot miracle from way down under. Aussie. Are you kidding me? Jessica Petrie brings the crowd to their feet. She shot it from three-quarter court. You betcha! What a shot! Jessica Petrie.
See, the long You Betcha is going to overshadow from way down under.
Yeah, he did. There was a lot in there. Number one, he turned You Betcha into 3 words.
Yeah,
which is ironic because originally it is 3 words. You bet, yeah, right. But he's
made
it back
betcha.
out.
Yeah, he's got
betcha. And then he doubled up. It's like he was trying to do the Mike Breen double bang. He was the double You Betcha.
Yeah.
So that was good. And then the from down under is underrated.
Yeah, very underrated.
From way down under.
Call.
Yeah, that was a. I thought he was going to, after the Aussie, I thought he was going to hit us with the oi, oi, oi. I was a little disappointed he didn't, to be honest.
He's like the one guy in that booth when we're together. He gets almost every single movie music reference.
Oh, that you make?
Yes.
Well, that's good.
And I think he thinks I'm weird because.
Why do you think that?
I didn't even get to the point.
No.
And you're laughing.
Why do you think you think he's weird? If he understands all your references, he must be equally as weird.
Because when I'm in the booth, especially at home, because I know where he is all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Betcha!
I look at him when I talk. So I literally, he's behind me over my head. So I make sure that I'm talking to everybody when I talk. I'm not just looking at Casey.
So that is a little strange.
I mean, whatever.
I
just thought I could confide.
I mean, you can, but I can still. I feel like
I'm
it's the place I can be honest.
And Kyle's here, right?
Yeah.
And Coates above
behind
me.
you. Right?
Sometimes Camden's in here, and there's a railing.
Where's Ben?
Ben is to
Kyle's right.
To Kyle's right.
Okay, so you're kind of looking at both of them.
Yeah, so I can talk like this, and then sometimes I'm just like, hey, and I don't know why, but I have just been taught to look at people when you're talking to them.
Sure.
So sometimes I like to make sure, and when I worked for Noddle, sometimes when I'd have to do like presentations and stuff, he'd always tell me that he liked the way that I made eye contact with the room.
Sure.
So, and I was a pup then, so it's like, you get a look, you get a look, you get a look.
Sound like a timer.
You get a look, you get a look. So sometimes you'll catch me even when I'm talking to, like I'll even
you do it to Shane.
Yeah,
but usually only when you're talking to Shane.
I don't need your details.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
I need you to.
Are you ever addressing Coatney directly in the booth?
There are times.
Like when you're on the call?
So for instance,
Yeah.
There was a baby's black balloon reference.
Oh, okay.
From Kyle.
Yeah.
Or a black balloon reference.
Yeah.
And I looked at Coatney and I said it has a little iris to it.
There you go. Goo Goo Dolls.
Goo Goo Dolls.
Yeah.
And Coatney, like, he affirms what I'm saying. I feel like that's important.
Does he?
Now if he shrugged and was like, "What?" I probably would stop doing it.
Okay.
But
he's like your affirmation that somebody understood the reference.
Correct.
Okay, I get that. That makes a little more sense. I thought you were just randomly looking at him during the broadcast.
Well, sometimes I do.
Okay, well that's a little stranger.
I don't even need you to reiterate that. I don't.
Oh, my bad.
I don't. You have one of my coaches, and it's not even like him, but he is low-key funny. Now, do you know what he does now?
Who?
I'm not even going to say who, but he goes, 1, 10. The first time he did it last week, I almost fell out of my chair.
I'm trying to think who it is. Sakura.
It is. Holy smokes. How'd you?
There's like 3 or 4. I think there's 3 of them. I have a pretty good grasp on their personalities.
All right. So who was this yesterday? We're doing pre-practice.
Okay.
Pre to the pre-practice.
Okay.
So we're outside, and one of the coaches found an old contact lens case, and he walked by, he picked it up, he threw it at me, landed on my lap.
I mean, that's Queen.
100%.
As soon as it got to something mean, I knew it was Queen.
He threw it at me, and he goes, "Here, try this. Maybe you can see some SHIT."
As soon as it's something mean, that's Queen.
I was in shock.
Pretty funny.
Oh, he laughed. He laughed at himself. He walked off laughing, and I go, "That's probably that's the best you've got today, huh?"
Honestly, that's a pretty good one. I would be pretty proud of that if I.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I was like, I can't work with you.
So if it's mean, I know it's Coach Queen.
Yeah.
If it is like kind and generous, I know it's Coach Williams.
Yep.
If it's low-key, kind of sarcastic, funny, it's Sakura.
Totally.
And then if
it's just flat out weird?
I was going to say you.
It's Jernigan.
I don't know Jernigan very well.
Oh.
I don't have a good sense for Jernigan. Who's the one from Ashland?
Oh, that's good smelling hair. That's Jake. That's Jensen.
If there's something that's like a little too, I don't know the word for it, almost like naive.
Yeah, that's totally Jensen.
Then I know it's Ashland.
That's totally Jake.
Yeah,
Jake, he has a mustache like those guys. This must be a thing, and I didn't get the memo.
Yeah, it's a people do it in November sometimes. It's a prostate cancer awareness thing, I believe.
Gotcha. Because I'm looking at Luan and Will, and I just want to run a razor over their face.
Well, I think Will's just trying to still recover from all the shaving he had to do.
I think that's intentional. He grows hair relatively quick.
The hair did come back pretty fast.
Yeah,
I was impressed.
He's good to go.
Yeah, that's coming in pretty good.
You like that?
He looks like a cop,
like a movie,
like in a movie.
Yeah,
like he looks like a movie cop.
Yeah, like True Detective.
Yeah, he looks like he's a detective. Like he's gonna knock on your door.
That's a little True Detective-y.
Be like, excuse me, ma'am.
Everybody is all over this AJ Brown thing. Like, is it because you're exhausted or because you're caught off guard? Because AJ Brown's been doing this for a few years now.
Well, nobody cared when he was in Tennessee, so that was mostly got ignored. But yeah, this isn't new. Like he's been complaining about everything forever.
So Shane, I'm not a gamer. Are you a gamer? This is going to be a thing now.
I can never tell if he's actually answering your question or if he just thinks that's the best drop to play.
So if people are twitching or on Twitch, like their gaming live stream, you can record it?
I don't know. That's a Rico question. Rico?
Yeah, that's a pretty good Rico question.
Are you in? Oh, he doesn't look like Rico's working yet today.
I think Rico was partying last night. Well, he was at EJ's soiree, wasn't he?
Oh, I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure. I heard there was a Suave sighting.
I know Austin's in the chat here, but
so that's how the original comments got out.
Oh, on Twitch? The most recent ones, yes.
Yeah.
They said he was streaming a video game. I didn't know if it was Twitch or somewhere else, but I'm not up on all the gaming stuff. I don't really.
They're going to lose to the Lions anyway, and people are going to make a big deal about it. But they've been doing this for a few years now.
Rico says, yes, you can.
You can record?
Yeah.
Oh, good on him. What time did he get back from the party?
I don't know. I didn't even know there was a party.
Oh, yeah, EJ had a party.
Seems like EJ's been having a party all week.
Living his best life.
Listen, I'm not hating. This is a bye week.
Watering the bamboo.
I have both those guys here today, Shane.
As long as we keep working.
I have my bamboo waterer, and I have my rushing phenom.
Oh,
that nobody thought was good.
I thought he was the bamboo. No, never mind. The offensive line is the bamboo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta keep
well,
bamboo.
He grew kind of slowly beneath ground, and then boom, right out of the ground.
I believe it was the brilliant Asian Wyatt that said it's a little bit of an oxymoron because bamboo can just about grow anywhere.
Right, but I think he explained the reference later. He goes,
he did.
You have to water it for a long time, and then once it breaks the soil, then it shoots up really quickly. But to get to that point, which is a very good analogy for EJ as well.
Somebody sent me, are you on the tweet of Donnie watering bamboo?
I don't think so.
Oh, I laughed. I think I was in Pasadena. Somebody sent it to me online.
Was it like an AI thing?
Yeah, he has it's kind of a stereotype, I think. Well, they put him in a hat. One of those hats.
Oh, one of those hats.
Oh, let's not overdo it. I'm just explaining the picture.
Okay.
I am not the artist. It's somewhere. Somebody tweeted it to me. I'm not gonna lie. I chuckled. And he's watering bamboo. It was somebody that is really.
Are
good.
there like bamboo farms?
Why would you farm bamboo?
I think people use it for things. I think some people use it for like construction. It's like a very like flexible but strong substance.
BETCHA!
It's gonna be a thing. It's fine, Shane. It's fine. You do you, little buddy. I need to find
watering the bamboo.
Okay. Did I make him mad early? I thought we were wrong. Is it because
yeah, he was mad about the door. You should have seen him sulk over here when you opened the door.
He's such a wiener. Like the door was open for 8 seconds.
He was like,
and it's not even that cold. It's 46 degrees.
But then you hit him like as soon as you came back, you made fun of him for being cold, and he hit you with the "Good morning, Damon." And
I didn't know he got up.
He was mad.
He's just kind of being a baby.
You can measure how upset Shane is by how many good mornings he gives you.
Yeah,
that's how you know he's having a tough day.
Is that accurate, Shane? Never mind. Okay, that's what we're on today. Anyway, I didn't know you could record Twitch. Maybe that's where they figured out that Travis Hunter was a pajama wearer, a onesie guy.
That is. Yeah, it was because he was streaming.
Yeah. I'm not going to say I was right because he's hurt, but you know how I didn't buy into the Travis Hunter hype?
Yeah.
It's just too little for what they were asking him to do. Like, how do you not break down?
Also, they weren't even really. I mean, he wasn't playing full time on both sides of the ball.
I can't find that Donnie Raiola pick. I'm mad. You mad? I'm mad.
So there are bamboo farms. It's used for construction and scaffolding, making furniture, decor, producing paper and textiles, and as a food source.
For who? Pandas?
It appears that people eat bamboo.
No, they don't.
Kobe says they do.
It must be for pandas.
He says people eat bamboo, so do pandas.
Why? Do I even entertain this?
I'll Google. Do people eat bamboo?
Yeah. Like, what are the nutritional values of bamboo?
Are you not entertained?
Oh yeah, you've heard of bamboo shoots in.
Oh yeah, it might have been LB
in Chinese food, right?
No.
Oh well, it's the young shoots of the bamboo are used in Chinese food.
So they're not hard.
I think they're. I don't know if they are originally, but by the time you cook them, they're not.
Soak them.
Yeah.
That was bulk dog.
Yeah, you boil the shoots to eliminate toxins. Oh, I don't want stuff with toxins in it. That sounds terrible.
Just leave your food out overnight.
Yes, that definitely eliminates the toxins, DB.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're not gonna get back on that again.
I'm just saying, we're not even in the same neighborhood.
Hey, LB, was that text or DM? What? Why are you laughing?
Travis says you could probably safely leave bamboo on the counter to eat later. I don't know, Travis. There's toxins in it. I have no idea.
Travis, I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm not gonna eat bamboo.
Wyatt.
Oh, is he on it again? What is the nutritional value of white rice? Not much, but we eat the bleep out of it anyway.
Don't matter to me.
Touche, I guess.
I mean, she makes a point.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
that's awful early to be cussing.
If you want like a white people equivalent, it's probably like iceberg lettuce. There's nothing in that. Or celery.
Wait, what is it again?
Celery?
Okay.
What do you think I said?
I don't know, like people's compensation yearly?
Salary? This isn't a pen thing here.
Well, you gotta understand though.
Is that ever gonna? That's just gonna be a thing, right?
See, here's the problem: is you did like 3 of them in a row over the course of a week. You did like pen, and then you did gem or Jim, and then there was another one, and I can't let it go now. Although sometimes
you could.
Sometimes I do, because sometimes you'll say something and it's like in the middle of an interview, and I'm just like, lock it down, Ravi. We'll lock it down. We're okay. Keep your eyes on the road. Like the NDOT used to tell me, no distractions. Eyes up, phone down.
Oh, all right. That's fine.
I like your vest today. We're rocking the Vogler.
Yeah, Nebraska Bull Service.
That's Carhartt. That's a nice one too.
Yeah. He's like Santa. He dropped it off.
Look at that thing. That's nice.
This thing is sweet, isn't it? I'm glad I don't have to explain exactly what he does. It's very self-explanatory.
What does he do? I just like how he brought like a demonstration.
The apparatus?
Yeah.
I hope that was new.
I do too. If he brought a used one in here, I'd be uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah. It's fine.
Not ideal.
It's totally fine. Yeah, you like this?
No, it is. That's nice. I like that.
I'm a big vest guy.
It's a quality one.
NBS.
Plus, we like to support our friends.
Oh, yeah, he's good people.
Yeah, absolutely.
You need people like
he dropped off some real binoculars.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he said he got them from Santa.
Instead of the, I mean, yours are real, aren't they? They're just older?
And they're very, very, very small.
Oh, so he brought like the,
yeah.
Do you have them?
So, no, I didn't bring them with me.
Oh,
but
okay.
These are the ones that Casey infamously referred to as me looking like Jimmy 5, the robot, which I had never heard of.
I don't know what that is.
Google Jimmy 5. That was one of Kyle's funnier moments in the booth because I didn't get it until I pulled it up. And I was like, oh, Kyle made it funny. Yeah. I can't find him.
I don't really get it.
No. It's a robot.
That's not a robot. You said Jimmy 5?
Is that who he called me? Yeah, something like that.
Robot?
You have to ask Johnny 5.
Oh, Johnny 5.
Johnny, Jimmy, Jen, Pen. Potato. What?
You just kind of went into a whole thing there.
Because I'm not gonna give you any.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that
I'm not gonna give you
the short circuit.
Yes.
I'm okay. This is never mind.
Are you special?
No, there was a very specific episode of a TV show where there's a robot that looks exactly like this, and it doesn't. It doesn't matter.
So somebody's gonna have to fix these binoculars for me, but it's fine.
I actually don't think.
Okay, T-Mac, I'm not interested in your jokes either.
I don't think you look like that at all.
So these are extremely small, but do these give you Johnny 5 vibes?
No, I don't think that's a.
He looked at me like and this was early,
mm-hmm.
and he looked at me as though he was slightly disgusted. And you know how you can feel somebody's eyes on you?
Mm-hmm.
And I go, what's the deal? said, you're giving me Johnny Five vibes. And so I had to Google Johnny Five. I don't think this is Johnny Five. Oh, God, these suck. B-Mac had to fix them the other day, and he goes, how do these get so screwed up? There, look at this. It's like a little legit blur.
Hot Danger says it's from Short Circuit. It's also famous for a white guy playing an Indian guy in makeup. You mean like Ben Kingsley and Gandhi?
Wait, what?
He says Hot Danger says it's from Short Circus, also famous for a white guy playing an Indian guy in makeup. So I'm guessing he did like brown face.
Is he?
What?
You could have told the story without brown face.
I didn't know if you meant like the Indian guy was supposed to be wearing makeup or if he was using makeup to look like an Indian guy. I was trying to clarify. It's not like it's a swear word. You can say brown face. I can. I certainly can.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people are agreeing with you on Uber Blacks in Pasadena, too.
Listen, that's every Uber Black I've ever been in. Everyone. Listen, I know my people. At least half of them.
You need people like me.
Anyway, back to A.J. Brown.
Yeah, these are bad. What's going on here?
You're looking at binoculars through your glasses. Doesn't that defeat the purpose? Why don't you just tune your glasses?
I can't tune my glasses. They're the same.
That's not what I meant. Damn it.
Hold on, let me tune the glasses here a little bit.
Hey, I'm tripping, I'm sliding, I'm right through the... Hey, I'm tripping, I'm sliding.
Oh, I meant change your prescription.
Well, I could.
Tune my glasses. I can't tune my glasses.
It's a little harder than just like rolling this wheel up here. You know what I mean? Like it's a whole.
Give them back.
As somebody who's apparently never been to an eye doctor, I feel like I might have to inform you that it's a little harder to. Like I know you change your readers, just
Dude,
like
you are on one.
Just why it says someone needs to invent tunable glass. That actually would be super useful. It really would.
Don't you guys have like poppable lenses?
What do you mean, you guys?
People that wear glasses.
Not that I'm aware of.
Poppable lenses would be sweet.
That is a good idea if you could like pop them in and out. I don't know how many people would use that.
Well, when they want to go binocular mode.
Yeah, but then what if you have to look at something like in front of you?
Then you pop the other ones back in.
Yeah, but binoculars already exist. So that's easier than, you know what I mean? Instead of having to like change the glasses all the time.
Would you rather spin the wheel or pop lenses in?
I think I'd rather spin the wheel. Popping lenses in is kind of a pain.
But it's already going to be the right magnification. You don't have to work your way to it by doing the little thing.
Well, it's going to be the right magnification for exactly one distance.
God, you get on my nerves. I think it's your delivery I hate.
Probably, if I had to guess. Most of the things I say, actually, I mean, there's some of them that are pretty bad. But most of them are, like, could be taken as innocuously as you wanted them to, but my tone really sets it off.
Yeah, it sucks.
Ravi?
Just kind of is what it is.
Hey, are you hoping Purdy comes back?
I don't really expect anything out of this season whatsoever, so.
From the Niners in general?
Yeah, their defense is just a mess.
You gonna say dog manure?
I was gonna maybe use.
Wyatt already set the tone.
I was gonna maybe use a word that Wyatt's used already.
I didn't know Wyatt ate a ton of rice.
I think he meant just Asian people in general. It's a pretty big staple of their diet.
Mm.
I don't know if he meant him specifically. It was using the royal we.
This dude said Ben Kingsley playing Mahatma Gandhi.
I'm saying
nice pull.
He's the most famous Indian person of all time. You had to find a white guy to play him. What are we doing here? Like, how'd you like that'd be equivalent of a
what? Time
Did you hear the noise he made?
What happened?
What was that? You sound like somebody was slowly choking the life out of you.
Oh, you didn't know?
He's not going to talk today. He's just going to be drop central.
Real BP says Ravi's delivery has the intent to let you know what you said was dumb. I appreciate that, Ravi.
They can't even see your looks. Those are the worst.
Oh, yeah. I have a hard time fixing my face.
Oh, that's a line from my dad.
Really?
You better fix your face.
Oh,
I'm like, what's wrong with it?
So I picked it up.
That might be
Is that like an old school line?
Yeah, it might be a My People's line. Like there's just some things that we uniquely would say.
So I got it because when everybody was wearing masks during COVID, my wife was working retail because they had like shut the restaurants down, and she has a hard time, much like me, hiding her displeasure when
She looks very intense all of the time.
She has a hard time not letting people know how she feels with her face.
Yeah.
The mask helped her out a lot, and then suddenly the masks were gone, and
She had to re-practice.
every once in a while, people have to be like, Natasha, fix your face.
Why is Hot Danger saying differently?
Hot Danger, you got to watch Hot Danger now. This dude is like a little Rolodex.
Is Ben Kingsley's dad from Gujarat? I didn't think that's true, but maybe it is. If it is, then we're okay because I am also half.
Nortec. When I got to Nebraska, was I the guy who couldn't make it through warm-ups? No. Is there such a thing? Joseph, I'm not going to say that either. By the way, he is in fantastic shape.
What did Joseph say?
It's about Silas Allred.
Oh, I haven't seen Silas Allred. We'll have to.
Yeah, I'm not going to say you're wrong. I am not going to be involved with that. He's wrestling really, really well. I think he's going to fit his weight.
So his dad was from Kenya with Ben Kingsley, with Gujarati Indian heritage. So it looks like we're talking like a fraction. I don't know.
Oh, is that what you were talking about with Hot Danger?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna count that.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
I was just looking for clarification. So,
I have a hard time believing that. I think you are a low key pot stir.
Who's somebody that's like?
Oh, you better not.
Who's someone that's like a quarter black? Do you know anybody like off the top of your head?
I knew where you were going. Somebody that doesn't actually look all the way black, but has played a black character.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if there was a person like that, I can't think. Like, I genuinely can't think of a.
What's next? A Tropic Thunder reference?
No, I was gonna say, like, how would you feel if they played Martin Luther King in a movie? Like, you probably wouldn't be thrilled about it, right? I'm just asking. Like, I'm trying to find a frame of reference here. Trying to find uniting ground amongst our peoples. Although I will say, shout out.
Are you mad because you're kind of getting intense?
No, it's cool. I'm actually okay because I'm also Gujarati, so me and Ben Kingsley, we got that. We're cool. We like the Gujarats.
Oh, Lord, help me.
Us and the Punjabis get along pretty well. People in the South, though, sometimes we don't jive with us.
Hang on. What?
I mean, like ceremonially, yes, sometimes, but not like as a form of like.
Were you offended by that?
No, I don't care. Am I offended by anything?
I legit wanted to know.
No, that is not a common practice outside of weddings. Sometimes they'll use that for a ceremonial.
And
ironically enough, I think you're thinking of Alexander the Great.
No, I wasn't.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's not even remotely close. You think I'm
the-
talking about anybody that rides an elephant?
Well, that's the only person I knew of that like rode one as a primary form of transportation to get across the mountains.
Alexander the Great is pretty popular. I know a little bit about Alexander the Great.
I'm just saying, yeah.
That's not one of those things that was like tucked somewhere in the rears of the old lobes.
All right.
And I was like, maybe I'm thinking of Alexander the Great.
I think you were just thinking of like, you thought India, and then you thought elephants. You're like, well, do people ride elephants? And you went, well, somebody rode elephants, and then couldn't figure out who.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. You act like that's a stretch for how you would get to somewhere.
No.
It's really not. I was wrong in this instance, and that's fine. But that's not a stretch for your thought process.
That's kind of fair.
I mean,
Don't matter to me.
no, it like people will ride them. I think typically the groom either will ride a horse or sometimes an elephant into. I think it depends on how much money you have into a like wedding ceremony. But as far as like normal transportation, they usually, they've got cars and stuff over there now. That's how they learned how to drive the Black Lincoln Navigators in Pasadena.
Horrible.
I swear to God, though, you can tell.
You're just horrible.
You can tell. I'm not even kidding. And I can say this because I'm one of them. Half. You can tell which Indian people learn to drive in India and which Indian people learn to drive in the U.S. because you will fear for your life in a car where somebody learned to drive in India. It is chaos.
Oh.
It is. Oof, it's out there.
Shane, you touching that one?
Don't matter to me.
Yeah, I'm not touching that.
That thing wet.
Natasha and I were in Chicago last summer, and we got into one, and I was like, oh, this guy learned to drive over there.
Oh,
100%.
man.
We got validation on that on Twitter. He's like, yeah, we took Uber Blacks in Pasadena, and you nailed 100% of them.
Yeah.
I'm just, listen.
Well, you got to understand, though.
Who was the football player that lost all his money? He threw the big party riding elephants.
Oh,
Adrian Peterson.
Oh, yeah. He also, he bought a bunch of...
Dude had elephants and camels. And
he also had, T-Rex skulls.
He just got popped again for DUI.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a big all-day guy. It's not aging well, though.
I liked his football playing, and I will leave it there.
Historically,
yeah,
I think he's grossly underrated. How he's not in everybody's top 5 is criminal. I mean, everybody's top 5 running backs.
Anybody that you 100%, without a doubt, have to put ahead of him?
Good question.
Because I think you can make the argument.
I would say no.
You can make the argument he's the best running back of all time.
I don't think there's anybody that you have to put in front of him.
I think it's preference at a certain point. I think you can genuinely make an argument he's the best running back of all time.
So he's
phenomenal. He could do everything.
He doesn't get near enough burn.
He's got the stats, he's got the accumulation stats to back it up.
TK has a question for you. I feel like, wait, is this my Lupe? Hey, that's my guy.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Kind of.
I saw him yesterday. He was working on his truck.
I probably shouldn't say that. Never mind.
To who, Lupe?
No, to TK.
Oh. You can say anything to Lupe. He's way cool.
Yeah, no, I just meant in general, I don't think I could say that out loud and still be gainfully employed, so.
Good call.
Yeah, I do go back off that.
Hey, Lupe, by the way, it's bye week. I don't work. See you soon.
So Juan, Indian food is fine.
No, you got to take Juan with a grain of salt because I don't even think he's really Juan.
He said this the other day. The first thing he'll do if he ever sees you is show you his ID.
Well, where does Juan like to hang out? I'll bump into Juan. I got accosted at Costco. Is you sure that wasn't Juan?
He asked if
Did I tell you about the dude that hit me with the Go Patriots?
No.
Miller South?
No.
Yeah, he's like, hey, Go Patriots. Love your show. He said, man, I've been following you everywhere you've been. It was cool. He totally buttered my bread.
Yeah.
He was good friends with Lance.
And then at the very end, Go Patriots at the end?
Yeah, he was like, hey, Go Patriots.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
You had me at hello.
You know what's super weird?
No, it was actually just the opposite.
You know what's super weird?
What?
So all my Miller North people, we've been talking about this game on Friday. And unanimously, we're all rooting for West Side because none of us like Miller South because Miller North people. But there seems to be, outside of me, some also animosity towards West Side. I'm like, where did that come from?
Because we were really good.
When? I know you're really good right now, but the people my age.
Oh, I don't know.
Because you guys were okay in football then, but not crazy good. That was 20 years ago. Really good at baseball back then. But I don't know where the animosity is from. It was weird. They're like, also bleep West Side. And I was like, why? What do we care about West Side?
Jeez.
I was like, Prep, absolutely. Millard West, 100%. Millard South, the most of all. But West Side?
I don't know.
I was very confused.
You should ask DJ.
Maybe
Joseph, I don't know. If there was anybody I was gonna say, it would have been Barry. But I wouldn't fight you over Barry.
If I were to tell you, if I need 6 yards. I trust AD more than Barry. You going to fight me?
That's kind of hot takey.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because Barry's going to lose you some yards, too.
I think that's a little overstated.
Okay. More so than AD?
No.
I say AD's not losing you yards.
Yeah. That's interesting.
I'd say I'm 3rd and 4.
Like, Adrian Peterson's better than Jim Brown.
Adrian Peterson, I'm with you. I'm making
Adrian Peterson is a better version of Jim Brown against players
better
his
competition.
Own size.
Yeah, against better competition.
Terrence is wild.
I don't know what that reference is. Oh, the West Side people. Yeah, I don't know. They absolutely were not.
Yeah.
Absolutely
His
not.
wife is a bigwig in the district.
Tim, stop baiting me. That's rage bait. Knock it off.
You know, I just learned what that was like about 4 months ago.
Rage bait?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's what Austin does all the time.
Yeah. It's very interesting. No way, Eric. I usually rock with you. Walter is not better than all day. All right. No.
Ken, do we know, like, I get that. Okay, he says, if I'm drafting a player in the top 10 of running backs, I'm taking Walter and Barry first because culture, they are football players, a good teammates, not just running backs. Here's my question.
There's no, Ken. We're doing too much.
Even if he's right, we have no indication that Adrian Peterson was a bad teammate.
Ever. Yeah.
Bad father? Maybe. Bad teammate? No.
Certainly not Emmett Smith, Todd.
Yeah, gross.
Absolutely. See, I'm talking to Chicagoans because I know BP.
Yeah, there's a lot of Chicago people in the chat. A lot of Chicago people in the chat.
Don't come for me over Walter. I'm sorry. I apologize.
I'm just asking. I don't listen, I understand preference. Some people are going to prefer Walter.
That real BP, that is correct.
Some people are going to prefer Barry. I don't know who else. I mean, who else you're really, I guess old heads might put Jim Brown. But there's really only preference if you're trying to make an argument for somebody over Adrian Peterson.
Yeah. Now, there's some good ones now.
It's like when I do the greatest basketball player of all time thing.
Jonathan Stewart guy.
Listen, wow.
He would have liked Anthony Johnson.
Panthers.
I know Anthony Johnson was a great teammate.
Biak. I'm a Biak guy.
Yeah, he kind of took his job when Biak got hurt, and then AJ turned out to be pretty good.
Yeah, he's the guy from Lane College. Lane College?
No, that's Fred Lane, actually.
Oh, where's Anthony Johnson from?
Is AJ a Domer?
Michigan?
No,
I know what Domer is, but I thought for some reason Michigan came in my head.
We played with a lot of Rocket was a Domer. Pat Terrell was a Domer. Was Anthony Johnson a Notre Dame guy? Anthony Johnson, Carolina Panthers.
Let's see what we got here.
You're the worst.
He is from Notre Dame. You're right.
Yeah, I think he was a Domer.
There you go. He actually, okay, so he went to South Bend High School. He was like a Domer.
He was an exceptional teammate.
Or Adams High School in South Bend, not South Bend High. But
he was a great teammate.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. He knew I didn't know brown change right from brown pants, and that dude would help me. He was a fan. Both those guys were good.
One of the last Notre Dame national champions, Anthony Johnson.
Yeah, so I was in a locker room full of them. Berline, Rocket, Pat Terrell.
Rocket's just after 88, though, isn't he? Or is that right?
Yeah, I think Rocket left in 90.
Oh, so he was on the 88 team.
Yeah. Rocket left in 90 or 91. I mean, he's hit the infamous punt return against Colorado.
Yeah.
In the bowl game.
Yeah. But he had a brother, too, right?
Rahib. That went to Syracuse.
Yeah. Okay.
Rocket was a genius.
Really?
Yes. Incredibly bright.
I low-key loved Rocket Ishmael. Loved him.
So that's where I kind of learned. This is weird, but since we're on race relations, that's kind of where I learned that, educated Africans don't love African Americans.
Oh, like people from the continent.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Huh. Because education was at such a premium for educated Africans.
Gotcha.
That we come across, Americans came across to them as people that squandered opportunity.
Oh, you get that a lot with people out from outside of America.
So I thought I mean I heard it in Sugar Hill, right, with Wesley Snipes, but that was a movie. I mean it's early '90s still, but
yeah.
But both Rocket and BI doubled down on that.
That is pretty common with.
Every time Juan reels me back in. I almost quit him a couple weeks ago, and then he disappeared.
Juan?
Yeah. Now he's back.
He's all right.
I like shrimp scampi. I don't love it.
I like shrimp scampi. Shrimp scampi's pretty good. With a little angel hair pasta on there. I know you're not going to eat pasta, but
it's fine. I'd pick the shrimp out. I definitely would know the shrimp was in there.
I like pasta.
I like don't they call the scampi the one that you put in the little cool dishes with the Hurrdat cheese?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
It's like Hurrdat cheese. It's like melted butter in there. It's really, really good.
Doing that all day.
It's really good.
We better set the lineup before Austin has a fit. Rico's probably sleepwalking because he was partying with bigwigs.
He said he was at the
Game Dog with more horrible takes.
What do we got today?
So Game Dog would be
bait. That's rage bait.
Okay.
That has to be.
He's not. So somebody said that on a radio show about 6 months ago, and I had to Google.
Yeah, it's a fairly recent term that people started using.
I'm like, rage baiting.
Yeah.
If you don't love it, leave it. Dude, KCS is funny.
I like KCS. But that is a very common sentiment, especially like parents that have come over and then their kids are born here.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a very common sentiment. I know at least in like Asian and Indian families, it's very common. Like,
what they call us in Sugar Hill, Shane? Was it a kata?
I don't know.
Shane,
probably something I shouldn't say.
I wouldn't repeat anything that he's asking you, right? You might get in trouble.
Big Sugar Hill. You're not a big Sugar Hill guy, Shane? Do you remember the movie?
I'm black and I'm hoping.
See,
it's a yes/no question, Shane. Like it's not that hard, man.
I mean,
do you remember Sugar Hill? Yes or no?
That's why I can't really rock with you this morning.
You know
that was uncalled for.
You know what my answer would be? No, I have no idea what you're talking about with that movie.
Well, you gotta understand though.
Basically for Wesley Snipes movies, unless it is Major League or Blade, I got nothing.
Are you being serious?
I think so. I'll look up his IMDb, but I think
not like Passenger 57 or
Always Bet on Black.
Nope.
I think you're messing.
I'm really not. Those are the Major League and the Blade movies are basically the only movies I
didn't get into Blade until
know him from. They're fine. It's fine. I mean, it's not really my style.
Wait, Nortec asked me to put my. If he says something slick, I'm taking him back off. What does he want?
Damon, please put your glasses on when you wait. Hold on.
Okay, he said. This is fun. Like he talked to me like I was super slow too. He capitalized the right words. Damon, please put on your glasses. When you arrived at Nebraska as a player, did you see or remember any freshmen not be able to? Yes, that was a thing.
Oh, White Men Can't Jump. That's a good one, Hot Danger. I know that one.
You've seen New Jack City.
I haven't seen New Jack City. Think of when that movie came out. Think about when that movie came. There is a period of time where I just haven't seen almost any movie from that period of time. It's like most of the 80s into the early 90s. I have just like huge blind spots in that era. I don't like 80s movies. Like they don't hold up for me at all. And I feel like early 90s movies.
I feel like that's a hot take. 80s movie like 16 Candles, The Breakfast Club, The Outsiders. Those don't hold up?
Not for me. Like, I personally do not enjoy those.
I'm going to need you to knock it off.
What?
You're a little out of control. I don't, Nortac, like the particular players, but yeah, there were people that couldn't get to warm-ups. That was a thing.
So when was New Jack City? What year was that?
New Jack City was really
That was
good.
early, wasn't it? Like, yeah, so it's 91. So, yeah, so that's right in the... Like, I know the name Nino Brown, but I've never seen that movie.
Yeah, Rocket is a Wilkes-Barre guy. Which one of my favorite players is from Wilkes-Barre?
Ooh, football?
Currently.
Oh, Makai Nelson.
That's the dude I woke up on the plane.
In trouble!
When you said, like, the guy you described, I was like, that sounds a lot like Justin Evans.
No, I would.
You would never. You would. That's why I didn't guess it.
He even know. So Justin would wake up and give thought to. I know this dude meant it in good.
Yeah.
But would still be mad.
But it's like I may feel the need to physically harm him anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't even mess with him. I don't.
That's why we like him on the O-line.
I dab. I butt tap.
Just keep it pushing.
And wait for him to speak.
Which probably waiting still.
It is very minimal. Okay, Wyatt.
Well, no, what did Wyatt say?
I almost said the M word too, but engaged with a ring.
Coming up on the show today.
Talk about not aging well. How the grandparents treated Dong. There's no way you could do that in a movie now, is there?
Probably not.
Yeah,
probably not.
Probably
not. Coming up on the show today,
I was afraid to do the Uber driver.
Yeah, that was a good call. That was the correct decision.
Thank you.
John
went up for me.
W for DB. Just got one there.
Baby steps.
We've got Michael ROSE-IVEY coming up at 8. We have Alex. I would Google it. Just at 8:45. We've got Brian Edwards from Major Wager. At 9, we have Michael BRUNTZ from Husker 24/7. That is the show we've got planned for you today. I have no idea what's actually going to happen. Did not think we were going to be talking whatever it is we ended up talking about in the first hour. There's a lot going on there.
Long duck dong. What's wrong with that?
It's really rolled off the tongue there.
Just can't help himself.
It's probably.
I don't think I'm going to put my glasses back on.
You don't think so? I kind of want to see. What
you can let me know. Those are kind of powerful.
Oh, good Lord!
They're 2.75s.
Yeah, I can't see anything. It's very blurry.
Oof. Those actually don't look bad on you. You should get those scripted with those frames.
I'll say these. I do kind of like these frames.
Yeah, they're rugged too.
Are they they're durable?
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah.
These feel
exactly
these
right.
aren't. These feel a little flimsy. I might need new ones.
Coach set.
Game Dog. He already answered that question.
What's he talking about?
Yes, there are players from that era that could not make it through warmups. He said yes already.
What? I'm missing the question though. Like, the
question is Damon? I'm reading this.
No. I know, but Nortak was on it too. Like, is there a story that He said, "Holy hell, DB."
It's a wrong question.
Yes, Scott. They're 2.75s.
I mean, I still think Game Dog and Nortak are the same person, so I don't know.
They have the cadence is different.
Oh, okay.
The cadence is different.
Nortek says, I asked the question because someone sent me an interview of a player saying he couldn't make it through the warm-ups, and I was wondering if that was normal for a 5-star to come in out of shape.
Oh, wait. Say that again?
I asked the question because someone sent me an interview of a player saying he couldn't make it through the warm-ups, and I was wondering, I'm helping his grammar here a little bit, I was wondering if that is normal for a 5-star to come in out of shape.
I mean, it happens a lot. Nick Saban has some legendary stories of guys not coming to camp in shape.
My favorite story, it's not about being in shape, but it's of Derrick Henry, who
did no pass protection,
didn't know anything.
Yeah.
And he's like, guys, they just handed me the ball and said to run. You're going to have to give me a minute.
Yeah. He said, poor guy. I was like, I've never heard anybody say that in the same sentence about Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry, poor guy.
Yeah. I don't think the 5'8", 138-pound safety that was trying to tackle him ever thought poor Derrick Henry.
Right then and there. I knew we were going to have to be patient.
People love the long shots.
Must be rough.
Yeah.
That's a big Albert Haynesworth guy. Tennessee, Dancing Bear.
Yeah. He had a hard time staying in shape in NFL a little bit.
All right, Juan's back in. Outside of the shrimp scampi.
I did not see. I knew he hadn't got there until recently. He said, "Did you see that Derrick Henry finally has more yards in the NFL than he did in high school?"
which is
he had like 10,000 yards in high school,
unbelievable,
which is just stupid.
Yeah,
because he's been very good in the NFL for a very long time.
Unbelievable. I probably just lay down.
Yeah, I mean, you're like in fourth period chemistry. You're like, you excited for the game this week? No, not at all. Why not?
That's where you take those short strides, so you like look like you're going to be in position to make the tackle.
Oh, he just ran right by me. He just ran
right
by me. You kind of like dive at him. You're like, oh, almost. Yeah. I feel like there were a lot of ankle swipes at that.
Incredible first hour, like they always are. Shout out Wyatt for starting it. Started with the innocuous white rice comment.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's Wyatt. It's never really innocuous.
I don't blame the kids. I blame you.
That is good. Is that Mr. Rogers AI?
Oh,
easy. Do you like bofa? Bofa. Yeah, both of these nuts on your chin.
Good Lord, Shane.
That's called a shark. It happens to everybody sometimes.
My God. We should probably take a break. I don't know what Shane's doing this morning.
That's called a shark. It happens to everybody sometimes.
And I guess we'll leave the first hour with this.
So do you know immediately what I thought of?
What?
This is so on brand. Both the dude with apartheid. Like he was like the South Africa.
You mean Mandela?
The antithesis.
Oh, the guy on the other side.
Shane. You being
easy? Do you like bofa? Bofa. Yeah, both of these nuts on your chin.
So we gotta take a break.
Yeah, okay. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla. It's Hurrdat Sports Live. We're going to talk to Michael ROSE-IVEY if the show still exists after the break. Shane, go to break.
Well, I thought the slow start had to do with the ball wasn't going in the basket. That I thought we had great looks, and I thought our defense was really, really good. And the numbers, I think, speak for themselves. They shoot 21% in the first half. I think they had a 2 for 20 stretch at one point, and we built I think it was a 13-point lead at halftime with not making anything. So I credit our defense for building it up. I thought second half we did a good job attacking their feet and getting the ball in the paint much better than we did in the first half. And yeah, the finish is very disappointing. They were 8 for 9 at one point after playing 33 really good minutes on the defensive end of the floor. So yeah, there's a lot that we're going to be able to learn from. And listen, sometimes in games like this, you think you didn't play well when the ball doesn't go in the basket, and then you look back and say, well, hell, we'll take those looks every day.
How many national championships did John Cook coach the Nebraska volleyball Huskers to?
3?
Was that a question mark or a period?
I don't know. It's either 3 or 5.
I think it's at least 3.
I think it's 3. I think it's 3. Stick with 3.
I'll go 3. Gentlemen, it's 4. 2000, 05, 15, and 17. Store that in your memory bank. That's all right. How many national championships did John Cook coach the Huskers to? 4. Good job.
A successful financial future is built one coin at a time. Whether you're just starting out or a seasoned saver, we've got the financial resources and team of experts who will be with you every step of the way. Centris Federal Credit Union. We are where you are.
They do a great job of taking care of the basketball. And so to force them into 25 turnovers is really kind of unheard of. I think it's been a while. So I think just the fact that we made things fairly difficult, and I thought, Haley Weaver sets the tone with that, with her pressure in the backcourt, but Callan Hake is the anchor to our defense on that backside, covering up a lot of mistakes, communicating at a high level, making sure people get matched up, and taking charges when we need it. And so I just think there's great team effort right now defensively for us, and I think that's maybe what caused some of that sentiment.
Welcome to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Centris Federal Credit Union. I'm sure they are proud of that first hour. That's DB. I'm Ravi, Lulla. We're here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill.
Don't blame Shane.
Don't forget, every weekend you can get 75-cent wings all day Saturday and Sunday. And maybe you're still waiting for some TV providers to figure their stuff out. We got you covered. All the channels, all the games, right here at Hurrdat Sports Bar, and some cheap wings.
Yeah, I'm already kind of piecing together the menu.
Yeah, for Saturday?
Might have to add some of the breaded wings.
Mm.
Pay the $1 upcharge.
You going to make some of them corned beef bird ends?
It depends on what Caleb and the fellas want.
All right.
I won't get him for very long.
How long is he hanging out?
He didn't really say. He's coming to the game with some of the guys, and then I think he wants to eat and see my mom.
Maybe I'll say hi to him this week.
Yeah, the first thing he said on the plane. He's like, I'll be home at some point. Gotta go see Grandma D. I was like, good talk. Dead serious on the way to my seat.
That makes sense.
But apparently they text, because I was with her the other day, and she's like, oh, Caleb always texts me back so fast.
Yeah.
I was like, is that an indictment? Or
That's a good grandson, though,
And I was like, why do you say that? And she goes, he couldn't have barely been out of the locker room. And I was like, oh, no wonder he had you on the brain.
Yeah. Oh, what a good kid.
I wouldn't say that.
Let's get to our guy, Michael ROSE-IVEY, former Husker. Michael, how are we doing this morning?
What's up, fellas? I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
Just arguing, being belligerent, kind of what we do. How about you?
Yeah, I heard the back end of that. I think it was a great segue for me to come on. So I think this is great.
Sometimes you just don't know what he's going to be on. So we kind of just reel him back in.
Roll with the punches.
Yeah, he has a mind of his own.
Wait, you're putting this on me?
No, Shane.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say.
MRI, are you a connoisseur of running backs historically?
Yeah, I think I got a pretty good grasp on some backs. What you got for me?
You're starting a team tomorrow. Are you taking all day or sweetness?
I'll take Walter Payton.
Oh, we used to be boys.
I'll take Walter Payton.
Why?
And the only reason why I know anything more than just like highlights. Amani Cross, the former running back, came in with me in my class.
Reduce
was obsessed with Walter Payton. And he came in with his iPad, and Amani was a pretty to himself guy. Like he was very quiet, type of dude. And more times than not, he's sitting over there watching like not I don't know how he even got it, like full game Walter Payton clips. And he's every time something happens, he's like, and then he's like, everybody looking like, what are you watching over there? Like, man, you gotta check out this run. And then he turned this to 80s Bears, Walter Payton, zigging and zagging through a defense. So I might take Walter. I think he did a little bit of everything, maybe a little bit more of a pass catcher out the backfield as
I
well.
wish
So
they
I
would have
think
thrown the ball to Adrian more because
I think he was capable. I think, but
I
he
just
found
think
that
coaches were
lane.
like, he's so good. Why not just hand it to him?
Yeah. It's like, why even risk it?
Cut out the middleman here.
Yeah.
Is there anybody
So
that
oh man, I never mind.
when you're thinking about best running backs of all time, a lot of it comes down to preference. Is there anybody that you feel like has to be put ahead of Adrian Peterson? Just like no questions asked, is absolutely
Oh,
better.
Barry. I think Barry for sure. He has to be.
That's the one I wouldn't probably fight over.
Yeah. I think Barry definitely has to be. I think he's the best. I think he's the best.
What about if you're taking a guy, give me an underrated great guy. Like you feel like is misrepresented, even though we think he's pretty good.
Oh, I've got one.
I don't know if people think he's underrated. He gets brought up, I think, maybe not as much, but I think LaDainian Tomlinson might be the best overall back.
Would you
in
take
our history.
take LaDainian or Fred Taylor?
That's a trick question. I think on the surface, I want to say LaDainian, but if you go back and look at what Fred T was doing with the O-lines he had and then the expansion team, I think you might have a little more respect for kind of what he did. And he caught the ball at the backfield too a little bit. So
Fred Taylor might be the greatest true underappreciated back in NFL.
Yeah, for sure.
In my opinion.
No, I can definitely see him there.
Even Falk gets his due.
So that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say Marshall.
Yeah, Marshall. Yeah, Marshall's he's pretty underrated.
Fred Taylor was
even still being all these guys being kind of household names. I would say definitely Fred Taylor, kind of the guy that, like I said, when on the surface, if you compare it to some guys, like you're gonna take the bigger name, but if you really go back and look at the seasons he was putting up, kind of like another guy I'm thinking about right now, Curtis Martin. I mean,
I did think of Curtis Martin. That's a good one.
Curtis Martin was a underrated guy too as well.
I wasn't a big C-Mart guy only because it was he gets a little Emmett Smithy for me, where I can appreciate the longevity. I was never wowed by
his
running style.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Now, I do think, because we're going to talk about this guy that we got here on stage, I do think there is something underappreciated about being able to replicate runs, right? You've been on the other side as a defensive guy where on a back's 17th, 18th, 22nd carry, if it's a lot like the first, those guys wear on you, don't they?
Oh, yeah, for sure. And it doesn't really matter about the size, you know what I mean? But even guys that have the ability to be in one gap, once you show face in the gap and they can quickly get to another gap with those jump cuts, like those guys are just as headaching, as a guy that's a bruiser, that's a little bit more physical downhill. So yes, and especially when you come into the game and you understand what they're doing, it doesn't really matter, right? They're able to still execute it and get good yardage on those plays. Even in the times you may create some havoc in the backfield, they're still able to find holes. That stuff can be maddening for a defense and for coordinators especially. So, the different type of styles. And when you got two of them, it makes it even tougher, right? When you got two guys kind of play off each other, they're both fresh, but in some instances you have guys that can handle that load. And obviously we get talked about Emmett. He's doing it.
Let me ask a guy that would know a little bit. You don't have to pick a side because we're going to talk to one of these guys tomorrow live. But when you look at running styles, would you rather deal with a guy like Halu or a guy like Amir?
Oh, Halu for sure. I'll say because I feel like Halu was more of he was a north-south, just hit it and go.
How about the one step the gaining ground cuts though.
He did have some really good cuts, but I feel like a lot of his stuff, wasn't maybe as spectacular, or maybe it wasn't as elusive as what Amir brought to the table. And again, that's it's especially at backer when, again, we talk about run fits all the time on here. We talk about it on Twitter. When we got it X and O, it's fitted up just like the paper, but this guy's able to turn a 3-yard gain into an 8-yard gain. Like, how the heck this little dude sneak through? You know what I mean? And trust me, I mean, and especially I think maybe I could be more biased too, just outside of seeing in the games the things he did during practice. I mean, just some pretty spectacular stuff just with how he's able to maneuver. Like, I think that's the one thing, everyone runs duo, and the big part about duo working is it's really about the back controlling the flow of the mic backer or whatever backer they're reading. And it sounds like an easy play. Hey, we're just running powers, everybody down block it. But it's not as easy of a read for the running back as zone, right? Because you can feel that a little bit better. And I think that's what makes some of the best running backs great, is being able to manipulate run fits to make a guy stay backside when he's supposed to get over top, right? Give him a little bit of dip in with the shoulder, give him a dead leg, and then working their way to the gap they're trying to penetrate. So that is what the great backs do, and makes it difficult for the defenders to be able to fit properly. And even when they do, they can make something out of nothing.
So, MRI, when we're talking about Emmett, this is the thing that I keep thinking about is, do you think this sort of version of him was always in there, or I think he's gotten significantly better. How much of that do you think is development from even last year, or even kind of the start of this year to now, versus just the opportunity to consistently get carries?
I think it's a mixture of those two. Now, what's the percentage, right? Is it 75-25 of one or the other? I think that's where, you get into the minute of actually, talking to them and talking to the staff around them. But I would say it all starts with the weight room, the development off season. Again, gonna shout out Coach Corey, like what he's been able to do to develop more of the physical and also the mindset of these guys on a consistent basis. And I think Emmett's had the skill set that we're seeing, and I think the confidence is there. I think he's a natural leader, and I think him being when natural leaders are boasted and placed in leadership roles, they're gonna thrive. And you see, I can tell that he's well liked. He has a great relationship with the guys in the locker room, because you see him, at the basketball games, at certain events, right? And there's about usually 3, 4, 5 guys with him. You know what I mean? And DB, you can kind of tell who's the alpha in the group, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of, who's the guy, right? It's kind of, hey, we out of here, and everybody said, yeah, we out. So, you know what I mean? So I think again, being in that leadership role has helped him. I think just the development in the weight room, taking that seriously, obviously, being able to take, I think he had 28 carries this past week. I think this is 3 straight weeks over 25, if I'm not mistaken. I think it may be more than that. So he's getting a heavy load, but it seems like he's not wearing down.
81 or 2 in the last 3 games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I mean, he's getting the carries, and he's producing. He's also doing it in the passing games. We saw on that screenplay that was just really, really good to see. He's having a great year, and I'm glad they're kind of starting a little Heisman push for him. Obviously, just how that works. There's politics within that, so hopefully, he'll get his just due, at least get the recognition with some other awards. But he's definitely proven that he's one of, if not the best running back in the country this season, and he's taking advantage of the opportunities.
Hey, MRI, we talked about this before UCLA. We were kind of trying to preview what we may see. I want you to kind of in lay terms walk me through what you would see as a second level defender, because I thought UCLA's linebackers were in a bind. We talked about how I think you can open up the intermediate passing game. The shallow crosses were going to be there. Like, it's just hard to defend.
Yeah.
When you see a back get in the gun, but he's in pistol, or a quarterback get underneath center and that back is in pistol, versus the same concepts when you go sidecar or offset, what triggers in your mind, even if you understand Nebraska's pet run plays? What do you think about on defense?
Initially, if we're getting single back stuff, I'm playing more of a two-way go or read and react more so than, obviously with the back on one side, we can somewhat predict with the indicator being the tight end if he's to the back or away from the back, kind of where the ball's going, right? If they're on the same side, it's going to be some type of counter scheme, or it could be duo, right? Power front side. If they're opposite, right, we're expecting some type of zone split, outside zone, mid zone, things like that. So you can kind of get a feel possibly for what could be coming with those alignments. One thing I really liked early on, and I thought Latif did a really good job of, and Dana scripting it, was getting them under center. I thought that really did a number on the UCLA linebackers, and again forced them to play a little bit slower in their fits, right? Not fitting so fast on things. And again, you get a guy like Emmett who can again press gaps, manipulate run fits with his running style. You get him at almost 7.5 yards, and he gets a downhill read, right, to be able to
It's an
see the
auto
flow.
two-way go.
Right. And again, the greats are able to make those linebackers press their gap, right, but not be able to fit their gap with leverage. And, we saw that early on that first drive. I mean, it was scripted very well. Latif looked very comfortable. One thing I look for with young quarterbacks, and you saw it with Dylan. Dylan was making all the audibles too, but I didn't see a kind of a decrease of command of the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Where, hey, if we're getting 2 play calls, which I mean they got the intercoms and things in there.
You mean from Holgerson? Sorry,
Yes, from Holgerson. Yeah, from Holgerson. Yeah.
Okay,
So
because that's a great. Go ahead, but you're talking about a decrease in command from the OC with the quarterback.
With the quarterback, yeah, that's what I was interested to see, was everything coming from the sideline. And there were some times they would look to the sideline, check things off, but you could tell, maybe can't say tell, but as guys that watch football or maybe understand play calls and more of a complex, right? Usually they call 2 plays, right? And we can have a can or kill or check with me, things like that, where we can go to the play, we get that look. And you saw that early on and during the script, but you also saw that during the game where Latif was the guy making the right audibles to whether it be a run play, RPO, whatever it is they have on the menu. And I thought he did a really good job with that. And I thought that also helped, his comfort level, right? When I know I got 2 play calls, and if I don't like the pass or the RPO, I can give it to a guy that can handle that load. So I thought Dana did a really good job putting together a game plan that obviously Latif and Emmett and the rest of the offense were successful with.
You're one of the few guys, because it's usually always football related, that I actually don't mind carrying on conversations with in game. You had some interesting tells with what UCLA wanted to do offensively. When you're watching games now, is it possible, or is this just for the good ones, where, because some guys are really good with tells, some guys are really good schematically, some guys are really good with adjustments, some guys are all of it. Do you think coaches that always worried about execution and are we where we need to be can be good with tells at the same time, like real time?
Man, that's a good question, and I'm thinking about myself as a coach. I'm exactly that way you just described. I can watch the game, and I think maybe that's just being any coach on the couch type of mentality or thing, where you see it from a different perspective, so you can see what the tells are, right?
Yeah,
And
because
just
at
even
that point you're not as interested in the execution.
yeah, you're not as interested in execution, right? You're putting together more so puzzle pieces, right? Whereas on the field, it's a little more tactical, right? And I think it's hard to have consistent success as a coach if that's your mentality. If you're thinking,
what can we pick
you're thinking more about execution than about, okay, what has changed from what we saw Monday through Thursday? You know what I mean? What tendencies have they broken? more so than because we go into the game looking for, hey, I've been watching film. Hey, 5 times out of a gun trips right, they're running inside zone, right? And I'm yelling on the sideline the first time I see it, inside zone, and then they go quick step 3-step pass game to the out on the backside receiver. It's like, okay, all right, I got to recognize that they recognize their own tendencies. I think I just saw a tweet from a really good coach that I follow that the best offensive coaches know their tendencies and know the perfect time when to break them. And I think that's really, really important when you're talking about, the development of an offense and the structure is having that ability to do that. And defensively as well as the defensive coordinator, I think more importantly, because you're in a reactive situation already.
So yeah, Michael,
That's really
I'm glad you kind of brought that up.
That's a tough question, man, and you answered it seamlessly like that, because I think sometimes we want it all, right?
Right. Yeah.
It's really because I think not coaching for a while and then having specific roles as a coach, then look at things in its totality as a coordinator. Like I've evolved in what my strengths are. You know what I mean? But I think sometimes real time, you have to delegate those things. Like sometimes you want to say, hey, listen, Mark, when they're an H-back to the field, hey, chart open versus closed tendencies, right? Because as a coordinator, you're not probably as cognizant real time, even though Monday through Friday, you have good percentages, right? Because like, what do we always say? They have a marker and dry erase board too.
Right.
Like that's why I like the part where you're really,
and everyone's got the huddle. I mean, you got the huddle sideline.
Yeah,
you're
that's
seeing
why I
stuff
like
in
the
live
second part of your answer,
action,
right? Like that's the game within the game about. Okay, how can I like what's actually happening now?
Right.
Like where are the tendency breakers?
Right. Yep. I mean,
ahead.
that's why I love it. I mean, I definitely got through out of playing, but the coaching, I think there's a certain ego of coaching that like I can't control the outcome, but I can. And I think it's neither negative or positive, but I think that's the draw that I think the adrenaline rush of coaching is like I can get someone, I'm trying to get someone to execute something that I physically can't do myself. And I think that's a big draw, at least for me. I mean, that's a thrill for me. I mean, we're still playing now, and that still gets you going. You know what I mean? Especially the deeper you go and the more you're playing. So it's a fun thing. It's a fun, but it's a headache sometimes.
You can be as specific or as general as you want to. When I look at what you felt Nico Iamaleava brought to the table in terms of his athleticism, and how Nebraska tried to defend it a couple of different ways. Because I think you would agree, off tackle, QB power, inside zone, the kick. They tried it a couple of different ways, right? We saw them on the goal line versus the 4th and short. So you can speak to that. And then do you feel like the pass rushing or the pressure that they wanted to bring and when they wanted to bring it changed after they watched him evolve during that game?
Also, he definitely impressed me. His athleticism, I knew about the athleticism. I thought him having a little more command in the passing game that we've seen in the recent weeks. I think that lended itself to maybe a little more leakage of yardage and also the change of philosophy too. Now we're okay if he's passing at an efficient rate and getting the ball in the right spots and they're catching the ball and getting yards after catch, then we have to think about how we're again tendency breakers, right? Okay, we maybe came in game plan thinking let's single high it, load the box, keep somebody with eyes and presence on him. Okay, now we're seeing the ball get spread out. Then we have to change our philosophy. Maybe we're going to more 4-man rushes with some stunts and stuff like that, which they did. And I thought they did a little bit of everything. Again, like you said, those C gap runs, and that's when I text you or I think I tweeted you, hit you in the DMs or whatever, kind of about the tales of the tight end. Yeah, the tight end's depth. And when he was off a little bit, he was coming back when he was closer on the line of scrimmage, but still off the line, still back behind the tackle, right? It was staying front side or it was a pass. And those are just small tells, you can kind of get throughout the game if you're just looking at it and focusing on those type of things. But again, his athleticism definitely opened things up. I think there were some times the pass rush got to him and they were on him in his face, flushed him, but wearing man coverage or some type of coverage where our eyes are going to receivers because we got to defend down this space, right, that they're taking advantage of, and that lends itself to the scramble yardage, which you had to expect. I mean, again, it's frustrating. You want to get them down in those situations. I don't necessarily think I saw a lot of spies, like just straight up spies. Hey, I got a guy just sitting down the middle, maybe towards the end of the game. But running a spy with quarterback design run as much as it sounds good, it kind of negates the spy because it's just a run fit now.
Yep.
And now we're playing 11 on 11 now. And so again, and this
The
is
low
someone
hanging
that
fruit is just to say, why don't you spy him? But it
why
doesn't
don't you spy, right? Yeah.
doesn't really work
It
like
just
that in
it just
theory.
turns to a cover one run fit. You know what I mean? The spy is only activated when it's a pass, and being someone that's, Nick Saban lover and middle of the field close cover three,
Oh,
the big
oh,
thing that
good shit.
I've come to realize is you're really one person down the fit because that middle field safety is getting out. Now there's ways you can play cheat and tell him, hey, you're gonna rerun before, but I mean he's still coming from 10 to 12, right? So you have to get more two high structures. So okay, so now then you get in your two high structures. Like, are we gonna play quarters and do we want our safeties to fit or do we want our corners to fit? And that's where you get a lot of those just depending on what you're doing. You saw from Nebraska again, their main things they're going to play their cover two and send their corners. But again, there's still some things they got to work on with cracker play situations when the cornerback's getting blocked by the receiver, how the safety fits off of that, and it just becomes difficult when you add the quarterback. I mean, that's just football. I mean, you play 11 on 11 football. It's tough. Guys have to win their one-on-one, and that's I think that's more. I won't say the concern, but again, you just want to keep seeing guys evolve in that space where okay, you're in your gap, you're going to the right fit, but are you winning on your block, getting off your block, and getting contact on the runner, right? And that's where you don't see that consistently, and I think they got to keep improving on that.
So how important is it? I am so sorry.
Go for it. Are you good?
I'm so sorry. It's 3 questions in a row. I apologize. But I'm in this is kind of heaven for me during these segments because sometimes I'll occasionally say things. I don't know if you listen to the broadcast, but I'll say, these teams now like to put Nebraska's corners in conflict with the run fit. And we talk a lot about crack replacing and this how it's very difficult for safeties. You better know box spill if you're going to alley run.
Right.
When you're watching how Nebraska wants to play coverage versus what you see all these teams try to do to Nebraska now, because it's pretty copycat. I think Michigan started it, and everybody has their variation. Some are very good at executing it, some are not. Nebraska's got to be really physical on the perimeter. We saw guys like Marshall, Donovan Jones showed, but you still need safety alley running. How important is this a trust or a scheme thing when you watch kind of the boomer bust tendencies?
I think it's a scheme thing. I think it's what they've said they want to be. I think it's what they've shown they've wanted to be. When I look at them, I don't see them as much as a quarters team, right? I see them as a cover two, cover one, man pressure type of team. If we would really chart it and sit down and look at it, I think they'd be heavily leaned towards those two concepts. So I think from what we've seen, it's a scheme thing. Now again, we have to be behind those closed doors. Is it a scheme thing because it is a trust thing, right? Is that leading to why we have to make this a scheme thing? But I think they've shown that they want the ball, which is just interesting to me. And as much as we talk about how much they box things with cover two, you got to spill it to the corner. So it's just I think
he's the natural flat defender, right?
He's a natural flat, right? Unless you're doing some type of inverted things with the safeties and the corners and switching their roles. But it's just interesting to me. I think there's some overlap in those things, but also some things that kind of work differently. So I think that could lend itself to a little bit of the misfits confusion sometimes we see. But yeah, I think it's definitely a scheme thing. But I don't know. I can't say in particular if it's a trust thing or just hey, this is the guys we got, or is this Butler's. That's what I'm interested. Like obviously, I don't want to simulate through this season. keep enjoying the season. These guys doing great things, but I'm very, very interested to see what the defensive scheme looks like next spring. I think, is this just again, and DB, we've texted about this kind of Tony White's defense and how it's looked at Florida State, and regardless of numbers, just talking about the structure in the structure that's been here at Nebraska with Butler, it's very similar, right? Not a little, not as much fall off, right, as people would assume with Butler coming in. So I'd be very interested in the spring, kind of what this structure looks like. Obviously, with some different pieces in different spots, but also some guys that played this year, and kind of see what does he really dial into to make this his own identity, or is this something that's coming from the head guys? Hey, I want us to be like this on defense, and be very interested to see just foreshadowing that and talking about that in the future.
I know nothing about, because I wouldn't ask the question. It never seemed to me, like even early in the pressers, that Nebraska wanted to be a quarters team, right?
Yeah.
You actually just intimated that, like the more one, more two, the man stuff. I wonder, let me know what you think about this. Do you think they're playing, because Coach Rule liked a lot of the philosophy, and Butler obviously is extremely bright,
right,
that they're playing the long game while they're still getting wins, right? This is a system that they're obviously going to tweak and adjust. Are they stealing time right now, in your opinion, implementing some of the fundamentals, knowing that they're just going to build on it eventually?
That could be the case for sure.
Yeah,
And I think
I'm just curious.
where
I don't know.
No, yeah,
But
and I think that I have the same curiosity, and that's why I'm intrigued to see what this structure, this scheme looks like. Next spring, maybe with some different bodies, some of these older guys in the back end. Those guys leaving and some of the young guys emerging. Do they, do some things change? And more times than not, when you see different like percentages of coverage go up and down with teams, it's more so like identifying, hey, we can do this with these guys, right? Until you get to the point where, hey, we've been here 2, 3 recruiting classes, and now it's just a systematic approach. Hey, we know who we're recruiting. We know the guy we're recruiting for this position can do this thing that we've seen and had on film for 3 to 4 years, and we can continue to make that, a cycle, right? And get guys that we want in there. So again, springtime, be definitely interested to see how everything looks for the defense.
Michael, real quick, one of the other things that I hear quite a bit is, well, why don't they run more zone? You can keep eyes on the quarterback and have everything in the backfield. In your experience, is that an effective way to kind of curtail quarterback run game, either designed or scramble? And B, knowing what John Butler likes to do defensively, what is he giving up if he were to switch to more zone looks?
It doesn't help. It does help, obviously, with those guys' eyes, more focused on the quarterback, less on either matching routes or being in true man-to-man situations. It does help, but it doesn't deter it, I don't believe, right? It maybe turns some of those bigger gains of 8 to 10 to 5. And if you're thinking process oriented and say, we want to just keep everything in front of us, I think that's fine. It's a fine strategy to have. But when you look at answering the second part of the question, what Butler kind of has shown and wants to do, I think they want to be somewhat aggressive. And I think it always helps when you can change the math. Big Dan Lanning guy, one of their sayings is 1 + 1 = 3. Right? The sum of our parts have to be the sum of our parts have to equal more than just who we are, right? So we have to find a way to change that math, and you have to find a way to get those 4 guys to be able to cut up, contain, and hopefully penetrate 6 gaps while they're rushing against 5 guys right up front. And that helps more than any zone coverage or man coverage. If you can do that, it really doesn't matter what we do on the back end. I think they were credited for one or 2 sacks, I believe, versus UCLA. So I think that if you can capitalize on those opportunities to take advantage of one-on-one blocks on the outside and win on the edge and actually bring the quarterback down, then I think playing zone helps, but it doesn't stop them. Again, you can do spies and other things, even blitzing and flushing them. Those are good pressures that I think you can use as well on those type of quarterbacks. But Zone helps. Man, obviously, is man. Everyone's running with their guy, but at the end of the day, a pass rush helps all that.
That's Michael ROSE-IVEY, former Husker, MRI. Great stuff. Always, we
keep stacking. Isn't that what they coach? Just keep stacking them.
Keep stacking them. Yep.
This is fantastic. Another teach.
We appreciate the time as always. Enjoy Nebraska week. We'll talk to you next week.
Hey, how are you doing this in MRI?
Oh, I left us.
The class. How long we keep him?
About
all right.
Just that's a normal day at the end.
We moved up to some.
Did we?
I'm
that's because you're hardwired.
Yes.
You still have to wire. Doesn't affect people can still.
Oh.
That's why we run. Dad, he's on purpose.
Months ago.
That's why we stopped using yours.
I've grown up.
Have you?
Jeez.
Not with being on camera. You hate being on camera. So I'm
Hey.
surprised you let Kyle do the GoPro.
Do you like Bofa?
I
You did get a quick tutorial on PW Bofa, though.
Yeah, I did. He seems like a tough hang.
Yeah, he very much was.
Not a. I was more of an. What was it? FW DeClerc?
DeClerc.
Yeah, more of an FW DeClerc guy myself.
Yeah.
Not PW Botha. Get him out of here. Got more Hurrdat Sports Live coming next.
Yeah, I think it just, you have BETCHA who's hitting over 400 on the slide, and you have Taylor who's hitting, 380 on the go. So, you can't triple block that. You got to make a decision. So I think that's why she's pretty effective, because she typically has a split or one up, and then you have a lot of court to use. Well, I wasn't here last year, so but from the beginning of the year, it's just, I think Lainey wants to win. She's an ultimate competitor. I think she was what I know she was like that the last 2 years, so I don't know if that's grown or changed. But she's just a great competitor and winner. She's a great communicator out there. She wants to take charge. So all those things go into being a great libero.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Emmett's a special young man. I was, fortunate to be here his freshman year, and kind of a, people can say what they want about him, but just watching his progression and him just fully buying into the process and the work that has to go into becoming what he's become over the years, and just the development that he's gone through with Coach Barthel. It's just the fruits of his labor. It's fun to watch, and he's the same guy every day. He's consistent, shows up, ready to work, ready to improve. With all the noise and all the the things that are popping up for him, well deserved, obviously. He's still the same guy. He hasn't changed, right? And he'll keep attacking and improving. And as a unit, you're right. They do take pride in having a running back like that. And I'm sure any of those running backs that get put on the field, the offensive line is going to take pride in making sure that we give them the line of scrimmage in the run game. And and if we get them out on screens, we get out there and try to, make blocks and get them loose. So we got special backs, and, Emmett's obviously leading the charge.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, brought to you by our friends over at Next Gen Male Medical. They've got you covered no matter what you need. DB went over there, yesterday, I think? You go over yesterday?
Yeah, it's a funny story, too. It's not that funny. So, first of all, I love them. And it's so cool because you see these all walks of life.
Yeah.
Right? And they make it so chill. So I come in, and I think people may recognize whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're shooting me barbs and stuff, and I like kind of hide at the count. It's vintage me, right? I'll tell a couple of jokes.
Find a little corner.
I'll divert the attention.
Yeah.
And so, what's her bucket? She sits at the front desk. She's hilarious. So the first thing she says to me is, "You got any jokes this week?" I was like, "Nah, man." I said, "I'm off my game. I'll let you be funny." So she's like, "Room 2." I was like, "Oh." I was like, "I always got to go to room 2." So I'm just a room 2 guy. She goes, "You'll be fine." So I got ready to leave, and she basically told me, she goes, "Well, if you behave and you do what you're supposed to, next time I'll tell you a funny joke." It's just kind of an easy little ice. You know what I mean? It's just like it's super cool. And then I just heard from Nick this morning, and this is for everybody. It's not just a DB or Ravi thing. I think it's just what they do. He's like, hey, DB, had a couple things going on with state volleyball. Sorry, I missed you. Michelle said you still aren't sleeping great.
Mm-hmm.
Let's tweak X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Maybe we can do this. And I'm just like, see, that's the attention to detail and the personal thing that I think is pretty cool. And that's just kind of how they are.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right? This like really customization and walking you through it. And listen, man, your boy needs a babysitter. So I get I joke about being the human lab rat and I'll do whatever, but it's just funny. Like they'll draw you pictures.
Yeah.
Hey, pull it between the 20 and the 30. That's 25 cc's. I was like, oh boy, I feel like I'm overdoing it, but it's a great place, man. Stop in and just feel better.
Yeah, man. Give them a call, 402-614-9700. They have you covered. That's Next Gen Male Medical.
It's fine.
Listen, they're all cool in there. They got it. They got you. I appreciate they listened to me because I was like, I didn't really love how I felt on the test last time. Like, can we try something else?
I thought your breakdown with me was sensational.
Like, it just wasn't, I was like, I felt like it kind of halted my weight loss a little bit. I didn't really want that, and so they helped me out. They got me covered.
Yeah,
they're good over there. We like them.
It's very, very friendly.
Yes. Yeah. And I know sometimes like those can be intimidating situations sometimes.
I don't love that environment.
Yeah. If you don't know what you're getting into and stuff like that, like it's they make it very disarming, which I appreciate.
And considering I'm a lot like Doug off of Up and have a short attention span, which is why I like the menu board here.
Oh, right
on fancy colors.
Yeah, they got a menu board over there.
They got a menu board over there that's color coordinated, and it's
like super informational. I find myself.
I like that.
Yeah, when I go pick up my stuff, I just read it. I'm like, oh, that's fascinating.
It's the most DB thing ever, right? That I'm captivated and drawn to the bright colors.
I thought the info was good, but the colors are cool too.
By the way, Flippin' Jernigan asked me yesterday if I ate crayons.
So Jernigan is just like, what I would say. I don't have a good feel on his personality.
Absolute menace.
Is he
zero? He's the head wrestler. He's a head wrestling coach.
Oh.
Zero cares given.
Oh yeah, head wrestling coach. You could have just said that.
He always wears this. Goofy...
Although Manning's so good natured.
Yeah,
I feel like wrestlers
and Journey's down there all the time. He needs to grow up. He wears that snow cap. Have you ever seen Men in Black with a dude that could calculate the future?
Yeah.
He wears that hat all the time.
Really?
It drives me up the wall.
Why? Why don't you like it?
Because he's too old for that.
Well, I mean, listen, you gotta do what you gotta do.
It's not even cold out.
Maybe he just likes it. Maybe it's a fashion statement.
Why are you riding with him?
I'm not at all. I just like to bother you. There's a difference.
Don't matter to me.
Some people are like, oh, I love winning. And some people are like, I hate losing. Same outcome, but it feels different.
Hey, that's funny you say that, Alex. He said glue and crayons go together. Alex must be an everyday listener.
Yep.
And by the way, again, I'm not owning the glue thing. You
Yeah.
made it into something because I said I ate glue occasionally. You did the rest. Anywho, let's knock it off. Don't do the look.
Okay. So
We got ready to go down on the field. It was the one time that Ben actually would walk with me. I said, "Hey, man, I want to go down there. I want to do this deal with Jess and Cassidy for the pregame. Plus, I want to go check out the grass." And almost to a man, because it's just me, KC, and B-Mac, because once the girls, we get there, they're on the field. And Kyle's like, "Yeah, that's a different version of going to touch grass." I was like, wow, that's what we're on today, huh?
Maybe he listens to the show too. Maybe sometimes you got to take a little break.
I did it once.
No, you've done it
twice.
Okay,
You've
done it a couple times.
And the other time was just to get some rain.
Okay. So 3 total.
I needed some fresh water. It's a different version of going to touch grass. I was like, oh, funny guy. But I did. The grass was fantastic. Super spongy surface.
I do like that in our chat, people have just been naming running backs for the last hour, which I appreciate.
It's a very hotly contested thing.
It's kind of turned into guys they just like that are kind of underappreciated.
Robbie with the Todd Gurley reference, I almost ran around and did circles. Like
Yeah.
nobody, I can't really explain it.
You love Todd Gurley though.
I love
Yeah.
Todd Gurley.
Love
Todd Gurley.
More or less irrational than your love for Edgerrin James.
So Edgerrin has more, like I can substantiate it better.
Yeah, because it doesn't seem like Gurley is really even your
Gurley's
style.
kind of a one-off.
Yeah, it doesn't even seem like the style of running you like.
But I have a couple of those where they don't really have anything to do with what I'm remotely interested in.
Yeah.
I happen to catch it, and it's like becomes a thing.
Yeah. So Gurley
is definitely.
Who else?
Like across
stylistically doesn't fit
across sports.
Well, I meant running back specifically.
Clinton Portis.
Oh yeah, you love Clinton.
Yeah, ordinarily he just looks like a regular.
Just looks like a dude.
But then I started watching him like in between, like going from Denver to Washington, like that zone scheme to.
Oh yeah, you
like
really
running
appreciate
counter.
the being able to switch schemes like that.
Yeah, like I fell in love with
because a lot of guys can't do that.
It's hard.
Somebody brought up Garrison Hurst, one of my personal favorites. He's the 49ers.
I hate it. He was such a laboring runner. It always looked harder than it had to be.
Yeah, he's pretty good though. Yeah,
No, he's fantastic.
He has some good years. He has probably one of. So I was looking up his stats. One of the weirdest injuries I've ever seen, where he missed 2 full years. Do you remember what he had?
The lack of blood flow in the.
Yeah, it was like it was. I think it's called avascular necrosis. It like his body wasn't getting blood flow. So like part of it is like flesh was dying.
Yeah,
weird. That's a random one.
I am. I'm a very good Jeopardy partner. Pick me. I wouldn't have called it necrosis though. I just say lack of blood flow thing.
You were in the neighborhood.
I think Alex, R.I.P. would be like close enough.
Alex wouldn't. Ken might give it to you. He seems a little softer spirit.
Shout out Ken.
Yeah, you keep that's Kenny. You keep him over there, not Ken E from the chat or Kenny Bell. That's DB's Kenny. We'll be right back. Brian Edwards here on Hurrdat Sports Live.
Yeah, I think it just you have BETCHA who's hitting over 400 on the slide, and you have Taylor who's hitting 380 on the go. So you can't triple block that. You got to make a decision. So. I think that's why she's pretty effective, because she typically has a split or one up, and then you have a lot of court to use. Well, I wasn't here last year, so but from the beginning of the year, just I think Lainey wants to win. She's an ultimate competitor. I think she was what I know. She was like that the last 2 years, so I don't know if that's grown or changed, but she's just a great competitor and winner. She's a great communicator out there. She wants to take charge. So all those things go into being a great libero.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live. Now, Vegas insider, senior handicapper, and fan of the cold Budweiser bottles, Brian Edwards.
It's got to be touchdown, touchdown, touchdown.
Brian Edwards.
I don't really love it.
Brian Edwards.
The way they're using the cream cheese to butter the bagel.
Brian Edwards.
I'm going with the cowgirl.
Here is Brian Edwards.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla. It's time for our Vegas insider, Brian Edwards from Major Wager. B, what's going on, buddy?
What's up, fellas? Y'all notice anything different?
No headphones.
New laptop.
Hey,
There
I
we
thought I was going to say your
go.
haircut. What are we doing?
It does look like
No, just new laptop.
Are you didn't get a new stylist? What's her name? Connie?
Well,
Patty? Peggy? Margaret?
because the headphones kind of hide the morning hair, I did have to kind of like wet it a little more because I
See?
haven't showered.
That's
yet.
how
It's
you
not
know
working
we're.
on me. Sorry.
That's how we know. That's TMI. We're still boys.
Too much info. Too much info.
I'm going to overlook that because you're a grown up. It's 9-something there. You should have showered. I will not chastise you.
But no, you noticed I had to wet my hair a little bit.
But I could tell, man. I'm like,
I know.
You look different. Much
different, not good.
A much younger Brian Edwards today. See, I mean, we're boys, man.
Yeah, I invite these things on myself.
That's what people tell me when I get killed, and I don't agree with it. So don't concede, because I'm gonna keep fighting the good fight when people make fun of me.
I'm not a vampire. I don't need an invitation to kill you.
Isn't he something? He's like the Genghis Khan of radio hosts. He goes on these missions to just leave waste.
I hope he's been crushing DJ Lagway this week.
Oh, I mean, it's not only a homicide; it is like the first of the first degree. It's beyond premeditated.
Well, I'm with him now. I'm with him.
It's beyond premeditated what he has done to DJ Lagway since basically May.
Do you remember when the Timberwolves and the Hornets came in as expansion franchises, and all the teams in the league for the expansion draft, they had like these certain amount of players they had to protect, like the Pistons couldn't protect Mahorn. I don't know if I can find 12 players on the Gator roster that I need to protect for the next year. I mean, maybe 10.
Is this a healthy Dallas or a non-healthy Dallas?
Oh, Dallas is at the top of the chart,
Okay.
number one. And I don't know if Lagway's on there or not, because whoever's coming can bring their own quarterback.
Well, I don't think you have to worry. I don't think he's going to stick around Gainesville. Like at this point, he just has to start over somewhere, right? Like this was a disaster.
It has been a disaster, but he's getting paid a lot. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't feel like maybe this week, but I don't feel like there's been much fan backlash, but maybe that changed this week. I'm not in Gainesville, so I don't know.
Yeah, I do. I honestly, this week I haven't really killed him. I feel like he's been dead in my book for a while.
Sure.
So I don't really like what else is there to say. But I mean, I could take a couple pot shots about getting benched, but like at this point, what's left to say? Like I nailed it in May, and it's like it is what it is.
See?
Hey, here, I'll make y'all laugh again.
How long can somebody take a victory lap before it becomes plural?
Lagway's season's been bad enough. He can keep taking victory laps.
Depends on how big the track is,
Oh, jeez.
We're here. Y'all ready to laugh at me one more time? I'm inviting it on me.
What we got?
You ready for this? I'm going to my first game of the week, or first game of the season this week. I'm going to Oxford.
Oh, Godspeed, though. You're not – listen, you're way smarter than you are coming off with that take, because I would go to Oxford as well.
I've got a plan. I've got a good plan.
I'm sure you do. Don't waste Bud Heavies being in Oxford. Broaden your horizons.
I probably will go with some liquor drinks in the Grove Saturday afternoon.
If you Budweiser it up at the Grove, man, I don't know if we can be boys.
I mean, I'm going to have a few. I mean, like my first cousin's daughter is a freshman there. And he's rented this big old area, or this, I guess you rent certain parts of the Grove, or, tailgate areas or whatever. He's rented one. So, I mean, I'm going to have a few Bud Heavs, but I'm sure there'll be nice liquor drinks that I'll get.
Do we need to insert some sort of tracker or Life 360 or find a family member on your phone? Because
that's what my cousin is there, and his wife and his daughter, and
hey, make sure we check on B by Monday for next Thursday's segment. God,
Shane left. I don't know where Shane went.
Godspeed, be Ed.
I'm not driving back till Monday, by the way. Sunday, I'm going to a bar in Oxford to watch NFL all day and enjoy the scenery.
Now, so what's your normal flow? Because usually when you're working, or at least this was just with me in Vegas, you didn't drink very much.
Yeah. Like, I don't start having a few beers until the Gators play on Saturdays. I mean, at that point, though, it's kind of like I have to have. I mean,
okay, because you were super chilled in Vegas.
Okay, good. I'm glad. Yeah, I mean, when I have a few, unless the Gators are making me angry, I can be loud, but I mean, I would hope I'm chill until the Gators piss me off.
I've got a few buddies like that. I've got a good buddy, Oklahoma Tyler. Oklahoma was playing Texas, and they were struggling. He said, I'm gonna have a beer. He's in his living room. He's like, I'm gonna have a beer until Oklahoma scores. My man was like 13 in the next 15 minutes. You guys got to be careful with that.
Right.
Be careful.
All right, B. Let's get to some of the picks for today or for this weekend. You're starting off with a little total in the SEC, Arkansas and LSU. What do you see in there?
Yeah, so the over is 7-2 overall for Arkansas, and the two unders would have gone over this number, which is 56.5 or 57. If your number's 56.5, buy the half point to 56, multiple of 7, key number on a total. But the two unders Arkansas had, 52-7 win over Alabama A&M was 59 combined, and then the other under was actually 34-31 at Tennessee for 65 combined. So they've gone over this number in every game, and it's their second lowest total of the year. The lowest was 56. Well, it was 50. It was 56 against Auburn, and it still went over. That was their lowest scoring game of the year, but it was 57 combined. And look, LSU's offense is struggling, but Arkansas's defense probably just what the doctor ordered. And the over is still 2-1 for LSU in its last 3. They had 55 combined at Vandy and 74 combined at home to A&M. I won't bore you with all the Arkansas abysmal defensive numbers, but they're terrible. I think it goes over.
All right, so Vatek and the Seminoles is this about fading, or is this about too good of a number?
Fading. But I faded 2 weeks ago and got killed when they smashed Wake Forest. But I was looking back at Virginia Tech's last few games, and also at their roster. It's not like guys have dipped out to the portal, and they're pretty healthy for this time of year. And they were up 16-7 2 weeks ago in a loss to Louisville. They were up 16-7 with less than 10 minutes left in the third quarter. But then Louisville got going, ended up winning 28-16. But 2 games ago, they beat Cal in double OT. Vatek's had 2 weeks to prepare. FSU hasn't. More distractions this week with, talk of Norvell getting fired. FSU's 2-12 straight up, last 14 ACC games. And their last 9 as a double-digit favorite against an FBS foe, like I'm discounting a couple of FCS games. Double-digit favorites against FBS, last 9, 2-7 against the spread with 4 outright losses. Give me the Hokies plus 14.
Okay, so let me ask you about that Wake Forest game, because I think we were all on the same page. Like, hey, Florida State shouldn't be favored by that much over anybody. Obviously, they smoke Wake Forest in that game. Like, what is there any part of you that's a little hesitant? Like, hey, Vegas kind of had a little bit of a line on that one. And, like, is there anything that's giving you a little bit of pause on this one as well?
Deuce Robinson gives me a lot of pause.
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
I mean, Deuce Robinson gives me a lot of pause because he could blow up for 180 and 3 touchdowns. But that's what gives me pause. I don't think it's going to be – I mean, the night game, it might be a decent crowd, but I don't think it's going to be your vintage Doak Campbell at night type of atmosphere.
Speaking of fade, they've affectionately been done. They have a nickname. You're not going with it, I don't think.
Not here.
But you have fade. Well, listen. Now's the time to do it because people can say anything now that we're non-terrestrial. Like, I mean, you should hear what people.
We talking about the Jags game?
Oh yeah, you already.
Oh, I can use their nickname on this space.
Oh yeah.
Well, okay, I better not.
It doesn't, as long as it doesn't rhyme with Jags.
Oh, he's talking about the off thing.
Okay. Okay. All right. I was like,
So-
I don't know where this is going, but like, there are some things I prefer we not say.
I'm not gonna say it.
Okay.
But I'm fading.
You are fading these guys. You love to fade Jacksonville.
Yeah, let's go with the Chargers. I mean, look, the Jags, nice 4-1 start. Distant memory, they've lost 3 of 4, 0-3-1 against the spread. They blow a 29-10 lead with less than 13 minutes. Hey, when are we going to just decide Trevor Lawrence is not a very good NFL quarterback? I think it's time. He's number 28 in the NFL in QBR.
Ask Ravi.
Don't do that.
I'm sure. He's 28 in QBR, 32 in passer rating. Herbert's we got head coaching advantage. We got quarterback advantage. Yeah, and look, 7 starters. I know it's early in the week, but 7 starters for Jags offense are questionable. 4 starters on the O-line are questionable. Again, they might all play. We're early in the week, but the Chargers have won 3 in a row and 4 of 5. Give me the Chargers -3. And how are we doing on time?
You're good.
Yeah, a couple more minutes. You're good.
All right, I'll go next to Alabama. They're my favorite college pick against Oklahoma. Look, Bama can't run the ball, and that's a little concerning, but they keep covering, and they are now at home under DeBoer. They're 12-0 straight up, 10-2 against the spread, and 10 of the 12 wins have been by 11 or more, and 9 have been by at least 14. Ty Simpson, 21-1 TDI&T ratio. And Oklahoma, they've been good on the road, undefeated on the road, actually. But since the surgery for Mateer, a 2-4 TDI&T ratio and passing yard totals of 202, 150, 223, and 159. And look, Oklahoma's defense had great stats early in the year. They were playing offenses like Michigan, Auburn, Kent State, etc. When they played Ole Miss and Tennessee, the defense hasn't looked that great. Tennessee had 28 first downs, 456 yards of offense. Ole Miss had 34 points despite settling for 4 field goals. I like Alabama. That's my favorite pick, -6.
All right, let me ask you something real quick, B. Changing gears to college basketball. It's a long way to go. I'm sure you have a future on Florida. Off to a little bit of a sluggish start. When will you start to dial in on college hoops?
I mean, it's just such a task this time of year, but I have found one team to keep your eye on.
Okay.
And I'm so mad at myself. They were plus 15.5 last night. And I read about this team a week ago. 12 of their players are from 10 different countries, mid-major team, maybe even low major, UT Martin Skyhawks in Cookeville, Tennessee. They're all international. Their coach went over to the under-18 Serbia, and he just signed all these players that are well-skilled, shoot the three. They won outright at UNLV as a 17-point dog. Yesterday, I was looking for their next game. They were at Bradley. It was 15.5. I got distracted by some football stuff, and I completely forgot to bet them, and they won outright as a 15.5-point underdog by like 8.
Yes.
They won.
So
UT Martin Skyhawks.
Not that I'm a degenerate, but there is no, I'm dead serious. I read a lot. There's an article. You guys, you're supposed to have my back, Brian. So I'm surfing. I'm on TikTok, and there's this capper that you know what he's calling UT Martin?
What?
U33s, because they've won outright, catching a total of 33 points in those 2 games.
Yep. Yeah. So I'm not the only one on this, and I think that we might be late to the party at this point. We missed it yesterday. They're plus 930 on the money line. I'm so mad at myself.
I mean, listen, honestly, in my experience of having some time betting on mid to low major basketball.
Aren't you Mr. Live guy?
Oh, yeah, I love live bets. I didn't claim not to be a degenerate, though. So I do love betting low and mid major basketball because it takes Vegas so long to catch up.
Okay, their next game is at FSU this coming week.
Who gave Florida all they wanted in that 73-70 barn burner?
Yes, Florida is not shooting the three well, but I still like my team. But and maybe FSU's a lot better, which is probably good. We might be able to be catching 15 to 18 with UT Martin, hopefully.
There we go.
You're something else. You won't take the gimme fixed UFC bets, but you're gonna dabble.
Oh, I know. God, that's two bets at plus money that I've really missed out on the last couple of weeks.
Maybe my guy's just trying to stay out of any federal indictments. Just be like, I don't want to.
All right,
I'm not a part of any investigation.
John C. Brian Edwards Billups. No one ever said.
All right, B. We'll talk to you later, buddy.
Thanks, me and Chauncey do have the same range and jumper. Thanks, guys. See ya.
We will talk to our guy Michael BRUNTZ, Husker 24/7. Coming up next here on Hurrdat Sports Live.
Yeah, I think it just, you have BETCHA who's hitting over 400 on the slide, and you have Taylor who's hitting, 380 on the go. So, you can't triple block that. You got to make a decision. So I think that's why she's pretty effective, because she typically has a split or one up. And then you have a lot of court to use. Well, I wasn't here last year, so but from the beginning of the year, just, I think Lainey wants to win. She's an ultimate competitor. I think she was what I know she was like that the last 2 years, so I don't know if that's grown or changed. But she's just a great competitor and winner. She's a great communicator out there. She wants to take charge. So all those things go into being a great libero.
Yeah, I mean, we just talked about this is when the season really starts here. When you talk about wanting to play in March, these are the games you want to get. Neutral games, possibility to get quad one wins early on is huge. But yeah, I mean, the way we prepare doesn't change now. We just keep doing the same thing we've been doing, and I think we probably didn't have the best preparation. We weren't as locked in as we should have been for this game, and that's why the score was what it was. But you don't apologize for winning, so we're going to get back to preparing and being more locked in. Yeah, I mean, I always want to bring great energy. That's been my thing my entire career. I've never been a big Philip stat sheet guy, especially with points, but I know I've always known I'm capable of it, so it's, feels good to get some baskets tonight, but yeah, my main thing is just trying to affect winning, and I think I did that tonight, so I'm happy with that.
Aspirations can drive us, Sometimes a simple gesture is what fuels the pursuit of a dream. When it's time to make your dream a reality, we are here to help. Centris Federal Credit Union. We are where you are.
Welcome to Hurrdat Sports Live.
That was, I was standing right there on the sideline and I saw two guys rolling, and we've been working hard of getting those guys out there, and they saw green grass, and Isaiah obviously got the play started. Yeah. What a warrior that guy is, with the block on a linebacker, receiver on a linebacker, and he got the play started and saw green grass, and those guys just started sprinting, and they're just trying to give Emmett a lane, and it's just kind of the standard that we believe in, right? Is just finish plays, and along with making your block, you got to get to the football, right? Take care of your teammates, and make sure no one's messing with them as they're carrying the ball. So, it's just a standard that those guys have, taken with them and raising it. That's always the challenge, right? As a unit.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Centris Federal Credit Union. That's DB. I'm Ravi, Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill, and do we have Michael yet? We got our guy Michael BRUNTZ?
Yep, he's here.
Well, usually you actually produce and you tell us.
I did. I said he was on the phone. He's
here. You see this line here up on the screen? Normally there's a name there when there's somebody on the phone.
Shane, but it does say it up on the top line up there, Michael
Shane,
BRUNTZ.
do you have a question you'd like to ask Ravi?
Nope.
All right.
Joining us now is Michael BRUNTZ from Husker 24/7. BRUNTZ, how are we doing this morning?
Not bad. What's going on?
BRUNTZ, it's not the same when I can't see you. I just want you to know that.
I'm sorry I couldn't make it home in time to sit down on my computer. So I'm in a parking lot in Lincoln talking to you right now. That's my fault.
I don't know what it is about your delivery. It doesn't sound overly sincere ever.
I am very sincere. I'm a bit frustrated that I wasn't able to make it back across town in time. So this is sincere. I'm being earnest. I'm very sorry.
Part of your allure is the funny facial expressions as you're saying what you're saying. So I just
I'm making them. I'm making them right now.
You just gotta imagine them.
Hey, funniest thing ever when we talked to BC. So we were all disjointed. By the way, did you like the setup at the Rose Bowl?
It was fine. This is gonna be a really stupid complaint. Like, can I just get somewhere and put my bag, like a hook?
Yeah.
Or like some kind of cubby, like a cubby situation. But other than that, it was fine.
So you know what's funny? So Benny Mac loves Minnesota. Do you know why? Because there's space to put his stuff. Like, that's weird.
Here's the problem. I'm a angular guy. Like I struggle to fit into like low leg room places, and if I'm jamming the bag down there too, it's an uncomfortable mess. And that was my only complaint. I had no other complaints at all about the setup. I'd actually never been there before. I wasn't there in 2012, so it was fine. It was great. Just would have liked somewhere to put my bag. I'm in the camp with Benny Mac there.
So I don't know if Shane can get this thing queued up when we talk to BC, but I said, BC, I go, like, did I see you? And we were trying to go through it. I said, but I did see BRUNTZ and we won. So wait, Shane, do you have it? Because it's better if you.
It's pretty good, but I don't have it. I'm sorry.
So I said, well, BC, maybe it's not about me and you. I said, maybe it's a me and BRUNTZ thing. And he goes, no. Like,
what?
In the most BC sounding way. He actually wanted the DB-BC connection of why Nebraska get wins. It tugged at my heartstrings a little. We were kind of fighting over
nice.
you.
That's nice. You. I have to say, you surprised me. You came off that elevator. I didn't see you, and then you were just there. Like it was like a surprise party.
Do you know? Would you like the backstory?
Sure. What do you got?
So, aforementioned Ben McLaughlin was there before us, and he was not particularly pleased with the press, where the press box was versus where the media rooms were. You know, you had north-south media rooms. Some of the doors were open, some of the doors weren't. So, you know, I think he'd done a few excursions. And when I first got off the elevator, I asked him if he'd walk with me to help, and he said, no. Like, I'm not. That's how he said it, too. Like, no. Like, I'm not doing that again. And so I was kind of on my own. So when I saw you, it was a combination of I figured it out, I got to where I needed to be, and I saw a friendly face. So that was because I had no idea. He didn't want me to take the elevator because he said it was kind of old and rickety. He said the stairs were a cheat code. I just had to go down a floor, and there were a ton of directions. So I just was happy to see somebody I recognized. That's what that was.
Yeah, no, that explains why he was walking so far in front of you off the elevator then. Because I noticed that. I was like, wow, it's like they weren't even together. But no, it's funny you mentioned the elevator. It broke in the middle of the game.
So he warned me. He told Kyle and I when we got, he goes, I don't know. It's kind of making a lot of funny noises and it's going kind of slow. Let's just take the stairs. Like he said that from the jump.
Yeah, the stairs. I took the stairs after the game, but yeah, the elevator. I went back up after warm-ups before the game started, and they had the doors open and they had a guy in there on top of it working on something, like doing the little like Tower of Terror thing. So. I mean that was the stairs were the play there for sure, and I don't know, maybe that was what finally pushed UCLA over the edge to try to go to SoFi. It was like we don't want to be riding that elevator. So,
but you got to admit though, outside of the tailgating thing is cool. Like go park out in the golf course or whatever. I like the freestanding concession stands too, right outside. But outside of that, aesthetically, I don't know, man. I don't know if eating media meals overlooking the mountains is enough to save the fact that we sat in some chairs that were from probably the 70s.
Yeah, no, that's probably true. If you don't have the mystique, it's probably towards the bottom third of Big Ten stadiums, I'd have to say. The mystique helps. Don't get me wrong. That was pretty cool.
Better or worse than Bloomington?
Oh, better than Bloomington, because they don't have like the dangerously pitched stairs like Bloomington has.
I've never even seen stairs constructed like that. 3 feet high, but only about 3 inches of like depth.
Yeah, you're like climbing Half Dome. Like you need like a rope to help you up those things.
All right, it's not just me. Not just me.
I almost fell the last time Nebraska.
So did I.
And I wasn't going to stop until I hit the field.
So the width of the stairs, for those of you, is not even the size of a normal shoe.
It's like foot, yeah.
No.
It's not. It's significantly shorter than that. But the depth is like top of the foot to the knee.
Oof.
Yeah. No, it's like a 2-foot step that's about somehow it's like 3 inches wide. Like it's crazy.
Well, the problem is all the engineers in that state go to Purdue.
That's true.
Maybe because the press box is like a microwave too. It's glass and it's very exposed, and whatever the temp is outside is exactly the temp inside.
Maybe some of that Mark Cuban money can go to renovations.
No, it's to keep Mendoza. All right, BRUNTZ. Let's talk football. Did you separate the game plan from the engineer?
From Dana,
Yeah.
the
Yes.
one that engineered it.
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, I guess in my mind, I kind of thought like, okay, this is it's like a different pitch for him. Is that fair?
Sure.
Like you got your fastball, you got your change up. I guess that would be kind of like the change up, maybe the sweeper. But
the sweeper.
I don't know.
Do
I thought it
people
was
still
a
throw
pretty,
that?
I talked to a Nebraska baseball commit last night that throws a sweeper, so it's out there.
Okay.
I personally miss the gyro ball more than anything, but go ahead.
So, no, I mean, I thought it was a smart plan. I mean, I think it was simple where it needed to be. I thought things were called at the right time. Certainly, the guys executing it helped as well, and I don't know. I mean, I think that was a good example of Dana Holgerson kind of being able to kind of find things that work and find things that will work, and getting the guy ready to go. I mean, you had a full week to do it, but I mean, there's still probably an art to getting a true freshman ready to go, and I think the other piece you just had. I know you played the clip from Donovan Raiola last night, but I mean, you had guys kind of all around TJ making plays and doing kind of the little things that made a big difference in that game.
BRUNTZ, let me ask you this, because it seems like a lot of people who enjoyed what they saw from the offense over the weekend have sort of intimated that we saw things that we hadn't seen at any point during the season previously. Was there anything that Nebraska was able to execute on offense against UCLA that you didn't think we had seen them do successfully before?
Oh, that's interesting.
I think what people liked was they liked that it was successful. That kind of clouds the view a little bit, but I think there was a little bit more rollout, I guess, than maybe what I recall. I mean, I think what probably helped too was not necessarily what Nebraska was calling, but kind of the threat of what they could call. Like the quarterback run piece of it, I think was just such just kind of a wild card in the back of UCLA's mind of like, okay, we have to at least be more aware of this than we probably would be otherwise. And I think that was a big advantage. And did Nebraska show things that they hadn't really? Not really. I mean, they've thrown the screen stuff. I don't know if maybe just the simplicity allowed them to kind of just run things more crisply and kind of game plan and prepare around that a little bit more easily. But I mean, I didn't think there was a ton there that was like new or novel. It was just run at a very efficient level. And I don't know. I mean, we didn't get to talk to Dana this week, but I'd be curious to know if maybe having to limit things a little bit or be a little bit more intentional with the game plan allowed them to basically run what little they were running more, just make it look better. So, I mean, you can correct me if there was something I completely missed in that game that Nebraska added that was new, but it just felt like everything was just a little bit more crisp, with the fact that you had the potential for quarterback run game mixed in there as well.
BRUNTZ, let me ask you something. Excuse me. I don't know what the sentiment was on your board going into UCLA in terms of, confidence. I didn't see a lot of people picking wins. Nebraska wins in a very controlling fashion, probably more so than the score indicated. But did you feel like we then kind of downplayed the fact because it was UCLA after the fact than before?
Yeah, I mean, I think especially with UCLA's defense, there wasn't kind of the acknowledgement that they've been gashed a lot. The numbers were not good. And then I think after the fact, there was a little bit of, and I I might be a little bit guilty of this, but I mean, I thought Nebraska could run the ball at UCLA, like just based on what they'd shown this year. But you know, you kind of say, well, I mean, yeah, that's a team that was, 124th or whatever it was in rush defense. Like that's kind of what it should have looked like. I think you kind of naturally say, well, can you do it against Penn State and Iowa? I mean, that's the next test. But I do think narrative-wise, there probably was a little bit of, I mean, you kind of 85 Bears it, right? Like, I don't know what the right verb is, but I feel like every week, and this wasn't just last week, coaches do this too, so it's not just media and fans, but like you kind of publicly build up your opponent that week. It's like a boxing thing, I guess.
I mean, they were underdogs, though, so there's something to it.
There is. But, I mean, there was also, I mean, if you were willing to kind of let the numbers guide you a little bit, I mean, that was a UCLA defense that had not been very good at times. And I don't know, like I don't know if you felt this way during that game, but I mean, it felt like at some point late in that second quarter that they were ready to kind of throw the towel in there. And I think that's kind of the scary part sometimes, the playing teams that are going through coaching changes like that. Is you can never really kind of count on what you're going to get. I think that's what's a little bit scary about Penn State too, where like where's this team's head at this week going into this game? And I do think UCLA had some dudes. They always have some dudes. But
if they don't score on that gimme screen, and I'm using this in context, right? Because I hate the whole if they didn't thing, so I don't want to be guilty of it. But that was totally on Nebraska, right? I don't think that was a UCLA thing. So it was 7-7 in the third quarter, scoring wise. Nebraska could have scored again in the second half if they wanted to, from a game management standpoint. If they did, do you look at that game differently, or do you just like, it was 7 points?
Well, if we're doing the hypothetical thing, I mean, I think at that point, you had already kind of, like, the Rose Bowl had cleared out.
Wasn't that something?
Like, it was.
I looked at KC. I go, where are they going?
Yeah. Well, you beat the traffic.
LA,
man.
there's something to do.
That is a tough stadium to get out of. Maybe they were going to get more bobas.
Maybe some In-N-Out. In-N-Out's open at that hour.
They ain't rushing to get there. That's for the tourists. I'm sorry.
That's okay. More for us. No, I think the narrative changes a little bit, and it's a little less tense late in that game if you punch one in there. I mean, it felt like, even body language wise, that UCLA's defense was not. They were definitely kind of in the Mortal Kombat finish him type situation, and Nebraska didn't do that when they had the chance. So that I do think though that that's maybe the next step for this team. I mean, I think that's another kind of step in the road is when you have that chance, how do you kind of end the fight right there rather than go into the fourth quarter and have to play a little bit of a tense game, at least on the scoreboard, because it felt like Nebraska was in control there.
Yeah.
But
but
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think that's just kind of the next step that a lot of programs. I mean, that's not a Nebraska thing. You watch college football on a Saturday. There's a lot of teams that have those chances and aren't able to do that. So that's just the next thing, I think.
BRUNTZ, how much of that do you think is an inability to actually finish teams off or kind of, really put your foot down on the pedal versus a trust of the coaching staff that they can execute that without reopening the door for the opponent? Because watching that game, to me, I saw that game plan as once it went to 28-7, Nebraska looked at that as the only way UCLA wins this game is if we give them something, so we're just not going to give them that chance.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. I mean, I think there was at least a little bit of probably concern, given whatever Nico was pulling out of wherever in some of those plays he was making.
He's pretty good,
like,
or pretty athletic, I should say.
he's pretty athletic. I was surprised too at his willingness to kind of just put his head down and
Tough
run.
runner. Tough runner.
So you guys, you know what's funny about that? So I was talking to Wayne Cook in the hallway, and he said, and I almost thought I was going to miss my segment. I talked to him so long. Like, and you know me, BRUNTZ, like I have zero attention span. And so I just was caught up talking to him, and he said, he's like, the thing that's going to surprise you is I want more design quarterback runs because he runs like a quarterback. He said he's a big-time power runner. So that was before the game. So Benny Mac and I just went down. We wanted to check out the grass and some other stuff, but we kind of just watched him. He's bigger than he looks on television.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, on TV, he just looks like lanky. Like you wouldn't expect that. He would finish runs the way that he did. There was one. I think it was they were going left to right, and
the
QB
power. Yeah, he finished. He almost came out of the back end.
Yeah, and it was just like, whoa, like what was this? I mean, that going back to your question, Ravi, I think that's the you trust the coaching staff to do it, but at the same time, like I don't know. I mean, I think I would be okay with Nebraska punching in another score there, and maybe breaking some will because. I don't like those games where you've got a quarterback that's just running around back there, making backyard football plays, which I think John Butler called Sorsby doing it. So that would have been my concern in that game was you just kind of let him hang around, and a guy like that sometimes finds a way to make a play.
During the bye week, BRUNTZ, you obviously get a chance to watch a lot of things not named Nebraska. If you're looking for a barometer. Let me get an opinion game. And you compare it to Nebraska. Is it Michigan Northwestern, Iowa USC, or Penn State Michigan State? If you're going to try to use a non-Nebraska game to gauge Nebraska.
Let's see. Who's Northwestern?
Northwestern Michigan.
Yeah.
Iowa, USC, Penn State, Michigan State.
I would probably lean Iowa, USC, and I'm still just intrigued by that USC game because it. I mean, even BC and I were at an establishment in Los Angeles with all the USC faithful watching them play Northwestern last weekend. And I don't know, like it feels like that USC game for Nebraska at the end of this year is going to be one that you just look back on and you're like, man, we should have had that one. Like, I think that's going to be
for as scared as we were of SC. I agree with you. I agree with you.
None of the things I was scared of happened.
And even that, in that USC game, that the Northwestern defensive tackle fumbles at the goal line, like how different is that game if the guy just goes out at the one and you punch it in there? I mean, that was such a turning point. But anyways, I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of eager to see what Iowa looks like on the road and against a team like USC that's a little bit different than I know that Oregon, but how they kind of pick themselves up off the mat and play a team like USC. So I think that. I mean, I think Northwestern's probably going to be one of those wins at the end of the year that Nebraska's not going to. I don't think anybody that beats Northwestern is going to get as much credit for it as they probably should.
Yeah. So if you would have said Michigan Northwestern, you could have said any of the three, because I understand the Northwestern Michigan angle.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're probably looking at Penn State to see what they have left in the tank versus a team in Michigan State who just had wins probably vacated and their coach is in trouble. Like, you could have picked any of the three. I was more interested in the process of your thoughts.
Yeah, no, the Northwestern thing, Brian and I were talking about that a lot, that I think Northwestern's one of those almost kind of like traditional Big Ten football teams that are, they can beat you on any Saturday, but you're probably not going to get the credit for beating them. that maybe you deserve. So I don't know. I'm just more eager to kind of see USC Iowa than I am to watch Michigan Northwestern. But just as somebody that's going to be poking his head in between doing leaf raking on Saturday. But
do you have trees that produce foliage? Foliage drop?
I can't say what they do, but it's just like everywhere on my yard.
Oh.
Just crap and leaves everywhere.
I have the ones that produce pine, so I'm okay.
Big needles guy.
My neighbors, on the other hand, rake your yard.
Yeah, I got like a couple 50-footers not in my yard, but it falls in my yard.
Really?
Got some overhang.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's it. When I move, I'm definitely looking at trees. Believe me.
Yeah. Well, we had more, but in August, one of them fell in my garage. So there's at least that.
Well,
yeah.
All right.
I mean, congrats, I guess.
Less to rake. Just cave the roof in, so that's the price you pay.
Well, high five your buddy and tell BC. Okay, so DB and I, we kind of fought over me as you going third person, but we decided that you're a little more sensitive, BC, so you can have Damon.
I had no idea he was so sensitive.
Oh, I'm gonna send you the clip. It was fantastic.
Got it.
All right, buddy.
That's our guy, Michael BRUNTZ, Husker 24/7. BRUNTZ, appreciate the time as always.
Yep, see you guys.
Thanks.
That is
Shane, how did you not have that thing ready?
The one and only Michael BRUNTZ.
Huh?
I don't know. I mean, I can guess where it's at. Let's just try it. See if this is it. Nope. I don't think that's it.
Yeah, I don't either. God, I hate my voice. I hate yours too.
I think we both sound great.
It's probably pretty close to there.
You missed your opportunity.
No.
What the?
That's not BC. That's
What
not.
is wrong
We're
with-
not even close.
You peaked, kind of like grade school with your Mr. Rogers drum. That is it for you for the day.
Oh, I did want to say, speaking of guys that we talked to on the show recently, although you weren't there for this one, Coach Cool retiring out at Kearney.
Yeah,
I wanted to give him a little bit of love.
I missed him.
Yeah.
I like talking to him because he can tell you about the times we go to coaching clinics and I monopolize his time. And I'm sure he'd like to spend time with the staff.
Nah.
I may catch him in the lobby or leaving a break room, and 40 minutes later, we're still talking.
Yeah, he has always been.
I covered his first state championship.
2006.
He was just a pup.
Yeah, that was the last non-Omaha Lincoln team to win a Class A state title.
Yeah, they gave us fits.
Kearney in 06. They've had good teams for a long time.
Yeah, he's a heck of a coach.
Good at what he does and always super generous with us.
It seems like a very niche job.
Kearney?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you have to have not to go all Liam Neeson on you, but a particular set of skills.
Right?
Yeah.
You think that's a good job? You think they have their guy handpicked?
I don't know. I
don't think you that's a.
I don't know if that's a. I don't know if they knew this was coming or not. Like, I don't know if they were prepared and like, hey, like if he had talked to administration about whether this was his last year or not. Like, I don't know. I think there's a lot that goes into that, and I am not. Maybe Austin would know. He's a little bit more plugged into the 308 than I am, but.
Don't give Action Jack. Kyle said he was excited to see Austin. I was like, that's weird. Austin almost ran into me yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was heading south on 108th.
Yeah?
Between Q and Harrison. And I was coming out of my neighborhood, and he was so locked, he kind of just rolled through a light.
Come on now.
And I'm like, Action Jackson, it's me. But I was trying to get over to the high school, so I didn't have time.
You didn't stop?
Plus, I was going the complete opposite direction. Lance, I will. So Lance wants tickets to tomorrow. Everybody wants tickets to tomorrow's game. It's going to be very insane against Millard South. I should proposition Lance for a red Husker sleeveless vest.
You better trade these.
Shoot, he can stand with me on the sidelines. I'll even pass him my head. Nah, I can't do that. I don't want to fight Coach Samaji.
That's where I'll be.
He can even stand with me on the sidelines.
I'll be over there on the sidelines.
Bring me one of those red end vests.
I don't
You're in.
I don't stand that close to you, but I'm usually on the sideline.
You don't stand there on the sidelines, Damon. You move around.
I'm a walker.
Yeah, you're a walker.
I always go to the open. Wherever is open on the sideline.
Yeah, you don't like being crowded.
Is where I am.
Yeah.
Although there's 2 or 3 players that I need to have by me at all times.
Yeah, just rotationally.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes.
DJ got to call the Kearney High School championship game. That makes sense. He's out there.
Our DJ Jenner?
Oh, yeah, David Jenner.
I say ours. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I can't.
He's part of the fam.
He's a grown up. I am sure he's his own DJ.
He's part of the family. You know, got our own little listener YouTube family.
Yeah,
here.
I couldn't get over how young Coach Cool was just interviewing him.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh my gosh, this guy's a kid.
Well, yeah, I think he
was in his 20s in 2020 and 2006
because he got the job in 01, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, he'd have been. I think he was fresh out. Or pretty close to it. He'd have been, what, late 20s at that point?
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Good on you. But, yeah, congrats on a terrific career from Coach Cool. Appreciate how kind he is to us all the time.
Do you think he enjoyed not talking to me on game day?
Oh, I'm sure he wasn't, like, upset about it. I think he probably likes talking.
My friend.
I think he probably likes talking to you in general, but maybe wasn't, like, in a rush to talk to you on game day.
That's fine.
I don't know. Some coaches are different. Some of them are very, like, I don't care. It's like the game plan is the game plan. I'm not going to say anything that you need to know on air anyway.
Fine.
So,
yeah, and it's always interesting. It's kind of a vibe. You have to feel it ahead of time about whether you talk to coaches or not pregame.
Yeah. Then there's some
coaches I thought I would talk to, and they were too cool for school. And then there's other coaches that just aren't rocking with you.
Some coaches that wouldn't come in our program at all, regardless of who they were playing.
I'd talk to your guy.
Those coaches don't live in the Omaha Metro anymore.
AB would give me a hug.
Oh, I'm sure that's your
and then
guy.
we would go compete.
Yeah. I might give you some messages to pass along to AB.
Coach Huffman would dap me up.
Yeah, you guys go way
I go
back.
love on his son. He was on the sidelines. He looked like a coach pregame.
You guys grew up together. That's different.
I was like, oh my God, you look just like your dad.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. They went over and hobnobbed with Coach Ferentz.
Yeah. I saw he was out there.
He was. So that's why I got the call. That's why That's why I got the call during the show.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Because he was going to be out there?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I was like, what the?
Don't these people know you got a day job?
What's it, LeVar? He's recruiting. He don't care.
Listen, he still knows.
Yeah. So he's impossible not to like.
Coach Woods?
Ferentz.
Oh, yeah.
And,
he comes off.
Bruce. It's.
I appreciate how.
He's like, what are we going to do about our Steelers on defense? I was like, you remembered.
I appreciate how aggressively he has recruited the Metro for a long time.
Yeah, they got a first-hand look at Braylon.
Because he was in here before it kind of became popular to be in the Metro. So I appreciate that about him.
Fortunately, unfortunately, depends on where you're at. They have very good presence in our building.
He also does come off as very curmudgeonly.
I'm telling you.
I understand he's not,
Yeah,
but like that's how. If you've never had a conversation with him like one-on-one, he comes off as like kind of a blowhard.
And I have to be careful because even yesterday we're working on these routes on offense, and I said something to Coach Sikora, and I go, well, Coach Parker, when I sat in the deal, he said this, and this, and statistically it's this, and I was like, ooh, that's an Iowa guy. I can't be doing that. But it was just, I mean, you can't help but to get smarter being around.
Sure, I'm not.
Park. Like
I mean, I don't know how you can watch.
I was raising my hands in the recruiting meetings.
Like, praise the Lord or asking questions?
No, he would say like, hey, the width of the field from boundary to hash and why we'll give this up. And when we play quarter. And I was like, oh, I know. I was like, wait a minute.
Call on me.
This is for the kids. So afterwards, he's like, I know you coach, right? So this isn't really for you.
I'm not going to spill the beans on that one.
All right, Coach Parker, I know.
He's trying to help you out there.
Can I ask you about the 3 game choices?
Yeah.
If you're
what
looking
you
for a barometer.
Yeah. A barometer?
On Nebraska's next 2 games.
Yeah, give me the choices again.
Michigan Northwestern.
Okay.
SC Iowa.
Okay.
Penn State, Michigan State.
I mean,
the obvious one is I don't know if it's the answer, though.
Penn State, Michigan State.
Yeah. Do you know why I think Northwestern gets some play?
Why?
Style of play.
Oh,
and you get a good pulse on how good those teams are. Because we poo-pooed the Northwestern one.
Everybody does. But those,
and I told you that's a well.
Those were 5-2. Both
what I tell you
team.
that's a
well-coached team.
And we were pee-pee tucking, right? We were like, oh my gosh, it's Northwestern, and like we told. That's why I hate the whole.
Let's see UCLA
post game thing, right?
Yeah,
we have zero confidence going in,
and then
we pull it off, and it's like, oh, we were supposed to do that. It's opponent X. Like tell that to 65% of college football every week.
Yeah. Also, if you felt that way, feel that way on Monday. Like that's all I ask. Like I understand sitting there and going, "Hey, this team can present X, Y, and Z that could give us trouble."
Do you know why I think it's not? And you could convince me that it is. Do you know why I think it's not Iowa and USC?
Why? Because Iowa, the way USC plays won't tell us much about how Iowa will play against Nebraska.
That's one, but not number one.
Okay. I don't know what number one is.
That's very good. Very good on
like Nebraska's not going to play you like USC does at all, so that doesn't help that much. I don't think.
This one's easy.
For Iowa?
It's more about SC.
Huh.
SC's at home.
Oh, yeah. So it's a totally, it doesn't.
I discount it.
Yeah, SC at home versus SC on the road is a totally different
Nebraska played a quarter and a half without their starting quarterback.
Almost 2 full
and
quarters.
A game, I feel like
he went out at 13 minutes in the third quarter.
Jeez.
I'm saying it was a full second half.
Sorry.
Sorry. Too many people have been like, well, he was there for most of the game. No, he wasn't. It was half.
Dude.
I think it was
the ability to keep quiet receipts is unparalleled.
I think it was like 13-22, but whatever.
I mean, you have PTSD. Like, it's just me. Like, you don't have to be so.
I'm just not. Listen, here's the problem. It's not a you thing. The problem is if you say it and other people already think that, even though I know you don't think that, then they'll think they're right.
Okay. Fair.
So I have to go get it to make sure they know that you are not validating them.
So, and I'll give a case for or against. So that's my case against
Iowa USC.
I'll give you my case against Penn State, Michigan State, even though we play Penn State next.
So my case for Penn State, Michigan State is I do want to see where they're at mentally after the near miss at Indiana.
Do you think you can tell against a team that may be playing for their coach's job?
I don't know.
Okay.
So that's the hard part about Penn State. I've been thinking about this all week, right? Because you know me, I'm very weird about like, do I want this team coming off a win or a loss? Or like, I think about that too much. And as a coach and player, you're like, Ravi, that doesn't matter. And you always slap my hand about it. And that's fine. But I'm a fan, so that's how I think.
I don't slap your hand. I try to pull all the hair off you have on your arms.
That was
Ravi?
rude.
Well, I have none.
I know. Why do you shave your arms?
I don't.
It looked like they were shaved.
I don't shave my arms.
I don't know, man.
Got to keep watering the bamboo.
Okay, hold on.
All right. Do I need to put my seatbelt on?
Yeah.
I feel something inflammatory is coming.
I'm just saying. So the guy that will shower like 3 or more times a day is telling me who has time for all that. Okay.
Fair.
Shane, why are we taking a break here?
Because he's an idiot.
Because I just was trying to help you out, Damon, so you could kind of reset the clock there. You get onto a different
And
topic.
when I played, I did shave my legs, but I would never shave my arms.
Okay.
So that's why I was trying to help you out.
That's fair.
I know you spend a lot of time on your like
hygiene is important.
hygiene. That's the word I was looking for. I was gonna say grooming, but that was the wrong word. But hygiene. And so I was like, I mean, that's not crazy.
Just like you're about to blow up. Just calm. You can make your point without being so aggressive.
I can't.
I don't think you can either.
All right, I guess I'll answer DB's question after the break that we don't need to take. But all right, here we go.
It's okay, Shane.
You don't have to take a break.
No, it's too late.
I was trying to help you.
You played
just peed in the same line drawn, huh?
You played the music. Let's go to break.
We don't have to.
I'm gonna need you to knock it off.
All right, we'll go to break.
All right, see ya.
Yeah, I think it just, you have BETCHA who's hitting over 400 on the slide, and you have Taylor who's hitting, 380 on the go. So, you can't triple block that. You got to make a decision. So I think that's why she's pretty effective, because she typically has a split or one up, and then you have a lot of court to use. Well, I wasn't here last year, so but from the beginning of the year, just I think Lainey wants to win. She's an ultimate competitor. I think she was what I know she was like that the last 2 years. So I don't know if that's grown or changed, but she's just a great competitor and winner. She's a great communicator out there. She wants to take charge. So all those things go into being a great libero.
Yeah, I mean, we just talked about this is when the season really starts here. When you talk about wanting to play in March, these are the games you want to get. Neutral games, possibility to get quad one wins early on is huge. But yeah, I mean, the way we prepare doesn't change now. We just keep doing the same thing we've been doing, and I think we probably didn't have the best preparation. We weren't as locked in as we should have been for this game, and that's why the score was what it was. But you don't apologize for winning, so we're going to get back to preparing and being more locked in. Yeah, I mean, I always want to bring great energy. That's been my thing my entire career. I've never been a big Philip stat sheet guy, especially with points, but I know I've always known I'm capable of it, so it's, feels good to get some baskets tonight, but yeah, my main thing is just trying to affect winning, and I think I did that tonight, so I'm happy with that.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. Wanted to tell you about our friends over at Centris Federal Credit Union. If you haven't ever bought a home before, they've got a My First Home program that can help you along the way. There's a lot going on when you're buying your first home and you don't necessarily know the process, but they can help you out. Not only do they have experts to walk you through it, but they have the My First Home program, which offers up to 105% financing with no private mortgage insurance required. They have local team of experts, and they can help you every step of the way. Get started by visiting Centris online at centrisfcu.org. Subject to credit approval, terms and conditions applied. Federally insured by NCUA and an equal housing lender. All right, DB, let's answer your question about which of the three matchups this weekend.
I don't know if there's a wrong answer. I
think it's more I don't know if there's a right
because everybody.
answer.
How about even the stream is different.
So I think there might be a wrong answer. I don't know if there's a right answer.
Okay.
So
this ought to be interesting.
I think for me, since both games are passed, I don't feel like I get that much out of Michigan Northwestern. Because if we already agree that Northwestern is better than people give them credit for, and nobody's going to get the credit they deserve for a Northwestern win, not a lot can happen in that game that changes how I feel about that. You know what I mean?
Okay. Can I go?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think the easy really linear thing
Mhm.
is to measure run game.
Oh, for Michigan
and Northwestern, who was committed to it, because I think that's what you think you'll see against Penn State. Is that too pragmatic?
Get that. I just don't know. I feel like since Nebraska's already played both those teams, you can take Nebraska's results versus those teams and apply it to Penn State rather than their play against each other, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So I think that one I learned the least about.
Okay.
Penn State, Michigan State, coming off the Indiana loss, I think that's the answer for me, but I don't know what I'm looking for, which makes it difficult. I don't know if I'm looking for Penn State to totally collapse and basically be giving up on the season.
Do you think it would tell you more if Penn State was at home?
I think
based on the crowd you think you could get?
I think it would tell me more if Penn State wasn't 0-for in the conference right now.
But they both are.
I get that, but we don't have to play Michigan State again.
Okay.
So Penn State being 0-for in the conference is the elephant in the room for me.
Yeah.
Not like Alexander the Great's elephants, but like if they're 1-5, because there's a couple scenarios here where I feel like I would know more about Penn State. A, if they were already outside of bowl eligibility, right? Because if they're trying to keep their coach or playing for their coach, then getting bowl eligible matters in that situation, right? I would imagine. To them, at least, whether it does to the administration to keep them or not.
Yeah.
But to the players, theoretically, I would think it means something.
Okay.
I would also think it means something to not go 0-for in the conference. So if they were either 0-7 in conference and therefore not bowl eligible, or if they were 1-5 in the conference and therefore not searching for your first Big Ten win, I would feel much more comfortable regardless of the outcome of this game.
So the game that's probably the most has the most sex appeal is the least important for how you think
in Iowa USC.
Yeah,
I think that's the best game. I think because of USC's playing style versus Nebraska's playing style, I know almost nothing about. I don't learn anything about how Nebraska can beat Iowa in that game. So I think I have to go Penn State, Michigan State, but I don't exactly know what I'm looking for. I'm just hoping I'll figure it out if I see it.
All right.
If that makes sense.
I think I'm rocking with.
I'll say, what's your answer?
I think I'm rocking with Michigan and Northwestern.
Yeah.
Because it's not about Nebraska's offense because Latif is playing.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to see how the run games have progressed because everybody copies Nebraska. And I think I know what I'm getting with how Penn State wants to run the ball with their duo.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to see how those guys play against each other.
Okay.
I just want to see how they, not necessarily how they defend it, but what it looks like.
Sure.
Is it just a Nebraska? You know what I mean?
Yeah. You want to see if Michigan has the big home runs against Northwestern the way they did against Nebraska, or if that was just a Nebraska problem.
And it's the one game where they played both teams already. And I can get a pretty fair gauge on Nebraska defensively as I watch them progress this year.
So
offense is kind of the thing that I can't really go by because
you're starting
I'm starting over with TJ.
What if let's say
Michigan probably the least important answer, or
let's say Michigan.
What'd BRUNTZ say? Did he say Northwestern Michigan?
Did we get a firm answer out of BRUNTZ?
We might not.
I thought he kind of did a little dancing.
Okay, yeah, Hey, I need to laugh again. You can let that ride. That's.
Do you think he got in trouble when he was saying that?
I don't know.
Got a little flustered?
I wonder if he.
That man's a professional.
I know you get mad.
I'm
not trying to contribute to his delinquency, so don't think that.
That man's a professional.
Well, thank you. I know I am.
See, you two are still picking up where you left off over break.
I needed to laugh. I had to laugh at myself.
Our very good and important break. You know, that's not even close to the thing that he's done that's made me the maddest. You know that, right?
Today?
Well, in general.
Oh, I'm well aware.
Okay, yeah.
I there's an easy number one.
Oh, do you know what it is?
Is it just getting up out of bed? You're just mad at me?
No, certainly not.
It's the bed music mic thing or the intro.
Oh, I'm talking about like a very specific. That one does make me mad, but I'm talking about a very specific instance.
So like when I don't put the name up on the screen?
I don't even think you were here for it. I think Austin was here.
Oh, so you took advantage of the fact the protector was gone. So
I didn't take advantage of the fact. So I'll tell this story. Because Jacob's not here yet, so we got some time. We've got so this is, I think it was during your summer practice for Westside.
Oh, he didn't tell you that we had a guest.
No, he did. That was the problem. So Austin and I were talking about, we had just done the Team Jack Foundation golf tournament, like with Kenny and all them, and he was telling the story about how Dr. Fiance had seen the Team Jack road race.
I told you you're too old for that. Stop saying Dr. Fiance thing.
That's all right.
She has a name.
She's out of the tree of trust anyway.
Oh, she got booted?
Yeah. Well, apparently she doesn't like the show. Well, she doesn't like me. I don't know if she likes the show, but she doesn't like me, which is information that Austin felt necessary to tell me yesterday. So that was good.
He says she got booted. I thought
She doesn't
was
like you?
Gem.
So she's getting in line.
I was going to say, she's right behind Shane. Oh, don't worry, Shane. I'm coming for you. So he's talking to his fiance about, and she's like, oh, she thought it was really cool about how the Nebraska players interact with the Team Jack and the kids that have been diagnosed with cancer and stuff like that. And we're having this like really heartfelt conversation about the impact Nebraska players have had on some of the kids in this community. And earlier in the show, we were supposed to have a guest for the Pinnacle Bank Championship, which was coming up later. And that guest was significantly late. And we're in the middle of this very heartfelt conversation about kids with cancer. And Shane goes, should we get to Gary Java now? And
Unbelievable.
It took everything in me not to just walk out.
You know what's kind of funny is because I was probably on the phone with him, and so I can only hear when somebody's on the phone. I can't hear you guys, so I had no idea what you were even talking about. So this is actually news to me. So thank you for letting me know about that.
Snapped on there.
Oh yeah, I almost lost it. That's the maddest I've ever been at him.
So when I came back,
Yeah.
like you jabbed at knowing whether the guest was here or not for like a week.
Yeah. I was not pleased about that.
What am I supposed to do?
I don't know if the
Send him
guest
a
is,
text minute.
if the guest is
Text
10
every
minutes, if the guest is 10 minutes late, they're like, we're done.
Oh, GJ's my guy though.
Listen, I love Gary, but like reschedule. Like 10 minutes, we were past this. Like, come on now, move on out.
I'm perhaps more
Good morning.
I'm perhaps
Again.
more shocked at fiance. She's hilarious.
Listen, I have liked her in our interactions, but apparently she's out on Ravi. So Ravi's
What'd you
out.
do?
I have no idea.
Mean to Austin?
I'm not nearly as mean to Austin as Austin is to everyone else. Also, I think she's meaner to Austin than anyone based on his stories. I don't know. I still like their dog, Ava, though. Ava's the GOAT. I love Ava.
Dude, chill dog.
Ava's super cool.
Just
Yeah, you didn't even know she was in the car.
what are you guys doing up there? Are you driving? Yeah, I'll go back to bed. It's like, whoa, whose dog is that?
When did a dog get in the car?
You had to see it. It was like this slow head peek, like, what is going on?
So Austin would bring her to softball over the summer. She would just sit in the dugout and just chill.
She's a gem.
Like not on a leash or anything.
You could tell.
Yeah, just chilling.
Yeah.
I think
Rico's wife is lining up too. That's what it
Oh
says.
yeah, Rico's wife doesn't like me either, but that's because I don't like kids. So I know why she doesn't like me.
Jeez.
Although, like, she should thank me every day that he no longer works where he used to work.
Apparently, Rico's kids don't like you either.
I learned their names, so they should like me now.
I'm just going by what it says on the screen.
No, Rico's kids don't like the beard, which I think might be a little racist. He needs to work on that.
Well, he has a full head of hair. It's not a hair thing.
No, it's the beard, I think. He told me the kids are like, I don't like his beard. Like he showed them a picture of me. I was like, I don't like his beard.
The more you know.
We need a little more cultural
appropriation.
Nope. Need a little more cultural diversity in the people that Rico introduces his kids to.
Oh, the more you know.
I mean,
I am in tears.
It might be a me problem. You know,
there is one consistent.
A lot of people like me. Just apparently not anyone that's married to any of my coworkers.
Oh, shoot.
Jay likes me, I think.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
see, we got one.
Yeah, but she doesn't like me, so we're even.
Well, I can't help you there. All right, we're going to be back with a little Blue Jay breakdown with me and Jacob Padilla, so stick around for a little bonus Hurrdat Sports Live content.
Well, I thought the slow start had to do with the ball wasn't going in the basket. That I thought we had great looks, and I thought our defense was really, really good. And the numbers, I think, speak for themselves. They shoot 21% in the first half. I think they had a 2 for 20 stretch at one point, and we built I think it was a 13-point lead at halftime with not making anything. So I credit our defense for building it up. I thought second half we did a good job attacking their feet and getting the ball in the paint much better than we did in the first half. And yeah, the finish is very disappointing. They were 8 for 9 at one point after playing 33 really good minutes on the defensive end of the floor. So yeah, there's a lot that we're going to be able to learn from. And listen, sometimes in games like this, you think you didn't play well when the ball doesn't go in the basket, and then you look back and say, well, hell, we'll take those looks every day.
How many national championships did John Cook coach the Nebraska volleyball Huskers to?
3?
Was that a question mark or a period?
I don't know. It's either 3 or 5.
I think it's 3.
It's at least 3.
I think it's 3. I think it's 3. Stick with 3.
I'll go 3.
Gentlemen, it's 4. 2000, 05, 15, and 17. Store that in your memory bank. That's all right. How many national championships did John Cook coach the Huskers to? 4. Good job.
A successful financial future is built one coin at a time. Whether you're just starting out or a seasoned saver, we've got the financial resources and team of experts who will be with you every step of the way. Centris Federal Credit Union. We are where you are.
They do a great job of taking care of the basketball. And so to force them into 25 turnovers is really kind of unheard of. I think it's been a while. So I think just the fact that we made things fairly difficult, and I thought, Haley Weaver sets the tone with that, with her pressure in the backcourt, but Callan Hake is the anchor to our defense on that backside, covering up a lot of mistakes, communicating at a high level, making sure people get matched up, and taking charges when we need it. And so I just think there's great team effort right now defensively for us, and I think that's maybe what caused some of that sentiment.
Welcome back to a little bonus content here on Hurrdat Sports Live. We've got Blue Jay Breakdown. That's Jacob Padilla. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill. Jacob, not the best week to enjoy Creighton basketball.
Yeah, it's been a rough couple of days.
A little rough
for sure,
on both the men's and women's side.
Yeah, although the games look pretty similar. So
unfortunately, yeah,
it's a little bit simpler to break down, I guess. But yeah, not both teams have a long way to go and a lot of work to do. But I think we knew that going into the season.
Sure,
but the degree to which they struggled and the difficulty of the test so early in the season kind of exacerbated that. Showed us maybe there's a little bit more than we even thought.
Yeah, and let's start with we'll start with the men's side. They played on Tuesday, obviously lost to Gonzaga 90-63. What about that game specifically do you look at and you say, okay, part of the normal growing pains, we knew this was coming, we knew these things would be problems, and that we have confidence the coaching staff will figure it out, versus like, ooh, yeah, really didn't love how that looked. I'm actually concerned about that moving forward.
Yeah, that's kind of the important thing here, because it was like across the board, nobody played particularly well.
No.
Nothing really worked. It was just a really bad day, and it was more than anything, it was just a really bad half. In the first half, things weren't necessarily grooving, but
it was fine.
And they were 3 EK threes out of nowhere away from being right in that game.
Mm-hmm.
And then the wheels completely fell off and the bus entirely exploded in the second half.
Yes, it did.
So that it's more really just 20 really bad minutes. And so how much do you want to overreact to that? How much is just growing concerns? How much is it, oh, there's some fatal flaws in this team? I think a lot of we saw at the South Dakota game, there are a lot of things like, okay, didn't look totally like we want, but there are a lot of things here that will improve.
Yeah.
I think that's still the case. I think the biggest thing that stood out to me from this game is offensively just how they couldn't get anything going. Even in the first half, they had a few stretches where it was grooving, and especially early, they were hitting some shots and moving the ball well. But even throughout the first half, and then obviously in the second half, they didn't really get anywhere. Their actions against Gonzaga's pressure, I didn't realize how good Gonzaga was going to be defensively.
I agree. They were. I mean, I don't think this was just a Creighton thing. I think Gonzaga is going to end up being really good defensively.
And Mac highlighted Jalen Worley for them as a guy that he's familiar with. He recruited him multiple times.
Yeah.
And thought like he came in and changed the game against them, and did so against Oklahoma as well. Just 6'7" wing, whatever.
It's kind of suffocating.
Yeah. And he wasn't the only one, but kind of helped set the tone with that. And so, like, how many possessions did they have where the shot was a step back three at the end of the shot clock?
Yeah.
Or a shot clock violation, or a guy panicking, driving into traffic, trying to create something and turn the ball over.
Or a contested mid-ranger.
Exactly.
You know, yeah.
They were 6 for 7 on layups and dunks in the game.
Mm-hmm.
That stat right there tells you everything they needed. They took 7 shots at the rim outside of whatever post-ups they may have gotten. So that right there, it's going to be hard to win when that's the number.
Yeah.
7 is
out of 51. Is that the total?
49 shots.
49 shots. Okay.
Yeah. And it wasn't like it was a crazy 3 game. They took 25 threes.
Yeah. It's not like it was one of those where they took 35, 40.
No, 25 threes, 24 twos. Did get to the free throw line. That's the one thing. Like, okay, maybe. And we're starting 31 to see some of those guys.
times. Yeah.
20, 31. So you'd like to see more of those go in, unfortunately. But yeah, they just didn't. None of their actions really generated anything threatening. You didn't create driving lanes.
Yeah.
You didn't get guys slipping to the basket for easy layups. They didn't get out in transition. Fast break points ended up with 13, but I think a lot of that was probably late when the game was kind of already over.
Yeah.
So because Conan lobs and stuff late. So yeah, they have to figure out, all right, how much of this is we have to improve the way that we run things in terms of setting better screens, being in the right place, playing with pace, getting to spots,
like, hey, these things work. We just have to execute it better.
Yeah. Versus how much is like, do they not have guys that can create separation?
Capable. Yeah.
that can put the ball on the deck and get it where it needs to go, that can cut hard to get open off the ball.
Which is an area I thought, creating off the dribble specifically, I thought with the guys they brought in and what we had seen from them, I thought that was something that was going to be able to bail them out of some of this early season lack of chemistry in terms of their actions, right? Yeah. And that to me was, I think, for me personally, was the most surprising thing about the Gonzaga game, is not that they lost, and not even that they lost by a lot. It's that 21-0 run in the middle of the second half, early second half, middle of the second half, where they just could not find anyone to stop the bleeding at all.
And subbed whoever, put new guys in there, and they just kind of fed off of the dysfunction, and that guy's checking in and immediately throwing the ball to the other team for a breakaway. Guy dribbling the ball and just coming up and nobody talking, getting the ball ripped from him from behind, like that kind of stuff. Like, it just really spiraled in a big way. And that's, I think part of that is kind of the newness. Defensively, I think a lot of that, there are definitely roster flaws and things that they're going to have to work around. I think it's too early to judge what it's going to look like as they get healthier and they get rotations figured out and decide, all right, who can play how many minutes together, all those types of things. They still got, and it wasn't awful. Again, they were willing to give up the threes to the bigs, and Ike and Huff went like 3 for 5 combined in the first half.
They made him pay for it.
Like, that's, they made him pay. That was a choice. That wasn't like, hey, we can't,
aren't capable of contesting.
It was a choice that they made, and that's going to happen. Sometimes it'll backfire. More often than not, it won't. And it'll play in your favor. So, like, the first half, I wasn't. I defensively, I was like, okay, they've done enough here. Like, again, you take away those threes, and they're under 40 points, and Creighton's right in it. The second half, I think, with how bad things were offensively, a lot of times that will trickle into the other, and on both sides, it'll kind of impact one or the other, and I think they just completely fell apart in the second half. So I think there's still a lot that we have to learn about this team defensively, and I think they still have to figure out, again, how to play together and all that type of stuff. So I'm going to wait. We'll see once we get through kind of the Vegas tournament, kind of where things are looking then. And see, are they making progress? Are they moving in the direction they need to, specifically defensively? I thought offensively, Graves, he had some, so you talk about the ability to kind of create off the dribble. Like, he had some flashes. He was the one guy that at times was able to get to the rim and create shots around the basket. But half his shots came from three, and he didn't make one. And that was something in the exhibition. I was like,
don't love that.
Yeah, like, he went, again, what I count, 5 for 6, I think, on step back threes.
He needs to be a play to his strengths guy. Yeah.
And so I didn't expect him to be that. I thought he was better getting the spots and playmaking against Iowa State too, as well as Colorado State, especially against Iowa State. And obviously, Damon Lipsey wasn't in that game, playing against some younger guys. But I mean, what do you have? 2 assists, 3 turnovers.
I think we might need, and those 2 assists were pretty early because he had that almost immediately at the start of the game. I think this is a situation where Creighton might need to up those Austin Schwartz minutes.
And I agree. Ultimately, they need to get to that point. I think he's, again, still figuring some things out and still having to learn some of the things that MAC requires for his guys to be out there for extended stretches. But he hasn't played great in any of these games so far to start. But you've seen the plays that he has made. Like, okay, like, there's something there that this team needs. And you want to talk about that, kind of the way the rotation's looking now, like getting Jason Green back. They brought him off the bench. Blake Harper got the start, and I went through and tracked lineups and all that, and 14 of Jason's 17 minutes were at the center. He didn't play at small forward on the wing until the 7-minute mark of the second half when the game's already over. So I'll be curious to see kind of what that looks like moving forward. Basically, the center split was Freeman 15, Green 14, and then Conan the other 11. So they played those 3 guys the whole way. And then I thought the problem is I think Jason needs more minutes. He was one of the few guys out there that was making, like, not a ton of splash plays or whatever, but like, he's doing Jason Green things.
Well, and he understands what the system and what Coach Mack wants from him.
And he was bad on. I mean, he slips to the rim. Like, he does a lot of things that nobody else was doing in that game, and even hit a three. Scored 7 points. Where's he at? Yeah, 9 points rather. He got to the line, went 6 or 7 from the line. And they were only -2 in his 17 minutes in that blowout.
Yeah, in a game where you lose by
when you look at all the other
37 or whatever the number is.
Yeah,
27.
You look at all the other double-digit minutes guys, and it's far and away the best. Like, they played pretty close to even with Gonzaga with him out there. So that's something I'm wondering about, like, moving forward. What does that look like? Especially because Blake Harper played the third most minutes of anybody on the team. He played 25 minutes, and he was one of the few guys that was doing something offensively. He was able to create, use his body, kind of do the Blake Harper things that we've seen. 12 points on 4-6 shooting. He did hit a 3, but 1 assist, 3 turnovers. And that too, I think that is a concern a little bit. Like, in traffic, trying to create, like, the handle isn't super tight. But so how it seems like they're kind of moving more and more as like, hey, this guy has to be kind of a cornerstone of this lineup. And where does that leave minutes for Green?
For Jason.
And because it feels like you probably need that guy out there. So that's the one, like, how does that look moving forward? How do they get Green minutes? How do they get Harper the minutes that they want? Can they survive with Green playing majority of minutes at the 5? Is he big enough? Can they hold up well enough there? So a lot of questions there. And then at the point guard spot, they only played 38 seconds with Josh Dix at point guard. The rest of the time, it was either Graves who led him in minutes, and Ty Davis played almost 8 minutes off the bench as well. That's another one where it's like, could that shift? And if that shifts, does that help you get more minutes? As it was, Fedor Zugic only played 7 minutes.
Yeah, that's the other one where...
And Josh Dix didn't play. He only played like 25, 26. So still some things move forward. Like, that's probably a guy that when he's playing better, you want him playing 30-plus minutes, and that'll squeeze minutes elsewhere. So kind of how does... we're still very much wondering how the rotation is going to evolve with all the options that McDermott has.
Yeah, especially if some guys end up struggling. I do think Fedor is going to be a guy that they're going to need more than 7 minutes a game. Like, I think he's got a skill set and a familiarity now with the system that's going to help them out.
I think he's got to pick it up individually, though, too.
Sure.
Like, there's a reason I think he only played the minutes that he has just based on the work he's done at this point.
Sure. Let's move on to the women's side of things. They did not have a much better day against Nebraska as they fell in that one 84-50. They did get the nice win against Drake on the road prior to that, but this is one where, at least to me, and I could be wrong here, it seemed like I was a little bit more anticipating, not 84-50 against Nebraska, but anticipating the early season struggles, the way Flan chose to build that roster versus the way Mac kind of filled in with transfer portal guys, where as Flan was like, hey, we're going to kind of do this the same way we always have, where it's bring them in young and let them grow and have some growing pains. I was more anticipating a slower start on the women's side.
Yeah, and I think kind of contrasting the Drake to the Nebraska game shows kind of where they're at. And in the Drake game, I think with that freshman class, to start with them, it's going to be different players, different games. And I think for the most part, at least one of them is going to pop. And they have most of the games so far to this point. And so I think you can kind of like, all right, it was an Ava Zediker game against Nebraska, and it was an Ava Zediker game in the opener against South Dakota State. The Drake win, it was a Neely Gesser game where she got hot, hit 5 threes in the first half, including a nasty step back, scored 17 points. In the game in just 19 minutes. And that was huge for them. But so that, I think you're probably going to get at least one of them stepping up every game, but you're not going to have all 5 of them contributing significantly every single game. It's going to be kind of up and down because they're freshmen playing for the first time.
Yeah.
The issue is you need those upperclassmen to consistently be there.
Sure.
And we saw in the Drake game, got 10 points from Kennedy Townsend. Keani Lockett took over in the second half. Drake tried to come back and make a real push for that in the second half, but Lockett had 19 points after halftime, finished with 25.
And she didn't score at all against Nebraska.
Exactly.
Yeah.
7 assists, 4 rebounds. Like, she was fantastic. And even got 9 points from Allison Heacock. Grace Buffelli playing against league competition that she's very familiar with from Northern Iowa, playing against Drake. Got off to a great start, had 11 points, 11 rebounds, all 11 of those were almost right away. So you had different veterans stepping up and doing enough. And again, it's Drake, who is a solid program, but it's not what you're going to be seeing down the line against some of these teams, and completely different against Nebraska, where you just kind of had a lot of no-shows. And it was very similar to the men in terms of nothing they were doing was generating anything offensively. The pressure defense, the length from Nebraska, the switching up things, it just smothered them, and they had no answer. Like, so this is kind of the crazy stat that tells you about this game. Creighton had 25 turnovers. Nebraska only had 5 steals.
Oof.
So
20 non-steal turnovers.
Yeah, and Amy Just from Journal Star and I were kind of talking through them in the media room after and trying to figure out how many of these were literally just them throwing the ball out of bounds.
Yeah.
And it was rough, like double digits, like 10 to 12 potentially.
Yeah.
Just off our memory of throwing the ball out of bounds. And then you had a couple of charges, a couple of moving screens, stepped on the sideline, a couple of travels.
Yeah.
So just a little bit of everything there. But again, that's the most that Creighton's committed since 2012, I believe, turnovers. And so it was really, really bad. And the second quarter is one of the worst. And Flan said it was the worst first half he's seen from his program that he can remember. And he shot 16% from the field in the first half.
Yeah.
Had 14 turnovers.
Yep.
So their turnover count almost surpassed their field goal percentage. And they scored 14 points. So,
yeah, they only had 4 made field goals in the first half. So
only one of them, that one bucket in the second quarter as well came on their first possession. Or came right away. They made their first shot attempt in the second quarter. I think it was a turnover, and then they got it back and made a shot. But
and then did not have a field goal the rest of the second quarter.
And they went 2 for 4 from the line. So 4 points in the period. And Matt Flan talked about afterward, just like, one, we're not right now. They're not the passing team that he wants them to be, and thinks
that they need to be. Yeah.
And you can see that a lot of the throwing the ball out of bounds. There were some where just thinking they were going to go out and somebody back out and you threw it out. A lot of it was trying to feed the post and just airmailing it or timing it horribly and just missing it entirely, or feeling pressure and just trying to get rid of it. And it wasn't anywhere near the receiver, like that type of stuff. And he pointed back to, it's got to start with, they got to be a more unselfish screening and moving team. Like, you got to get yourself open more. You got to set those screens to get yourself open so that they can make the passes and that the windows aren't super tight that you're trying to squeeze it through. So it starts there, just kind of with the screening, with the way they play. Flan said, like, we've got some kids that can kind of get downhill off the bounce, but that's not the way he likes to play. He doesn't want to ISO. He wants to kind of run the system, share the ball. And I do think they're going to have to kind of balance that out a little bit better, because
maybe mix and match a little.
I think their best possessions that I remember from that game were someone initially getting penetration and then finding a cutter.
Sure.
Whether kick, boom, boom, couple passes, and then now you're cutting to the basket for a layup or whatever after creating an advantage to begin with. And Ava Zediker had one of those, and I think she's someone that's going to continue to be really important for this team as she continues to grow, as someone who can, with the ball in her hands, get paint touches, and whether to score for herself or to create for others. So I think she's got some potential there. That was she had 10 points in the fourth quarter. She continued to battle.
Yeah.
When a lot of players just kind of completely lost it and had no idea what to do, Zediker continued to attack and try to make things happen, even though the game was over. So I think that's encouraging to see. But I mean, you look at it, Elizabeth Gentry is the only non-freshman that stepped up and did anything at all.
Sure.
Congrats to her for career high, 11 points, 9 rebounds. Zediker was the only other playing double figures with 14. So, you just can't have 0 points, 2 assists, 2 turnovers for Kearney Lockett. you can't have Kennedy Townsend going 2 for 11 if you want to compete against a team as good as Nebraska, who they're missing a bunch of pieces. Like they're not what they're going to be down the line. Hopefully, when they get healthy for them.
Yeah.
So this is like you got UConn on the schedule.
Yeah,
and that's in January, so they got a lot of time to fix some of this stuff. But they've got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, good for them. They've got a nice long time to think about it. They don't get back on the court until a week from today against Northern Iowa. The men get back on the court Friday against Maryland Eastern Shore, which I can't imagine we're going to learn a whole lot from in that one. But that is Blue Jay breakdown for this week. What do we got?
And on a high note, after kind of the depressing talk.
Yeah, let's do it.
Run through the signing class.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Before we get out here for both programs. For the men, 2 players they added joined the program yesterday. And Jaden Kuhn, a 6'6" wing from Storm Lake, Iowa. And Control Harmon, a 6'4" point guard from Wasatch Academy in Utah. Kuhn is actually the kid that I coached against in 15U summer ball. He played for All Iowa Attack at that point. We played him 3 times. We went 0 for 3 against them. But they were really, really good that summer. And Kuhn ended up moving to D1 Minnesota to play on the circuit for his last 2 years.
Really good team, yeah.
And he's just 6'6", like athlete.
Yeah.
Who will go punch on you, not afraid to attack the basket. I think he's got some shooting potential. He didn't shoot it great during his high school season, but I think he's got a chance down the line to be able to be more of kind of a rim in 3 type of guy. Get out, athlete, can go out and run on the floor. And I mean, you look at his junior season. It's, the competition in his conference in Iowa is not what he faced on the Adidas circuit, but averaged almost 24 points, over 9 rebounds, over 3 assists, almost 2 steals and almost 2 blocks. So just kind of shows you how impactful he can be in so many different ways because of, again, his physicality and his athleticism. And then Harmon, Kuhn is 128th in the 24/7 Sports composite. Harmon's 67th right now, 4-star guard. He's originally from Seattle, went to Wasatch for high school to play on the UIBL Scholastic circuit. And led that league. It's only like 13 games or something, but led that league in assists at 6.2 a game. Added just over 9 points, 3 rebounds, 1.5 steals, shot 36% from 3. This summer in the AU circuit, he got to be a little bit more of a scorer, averaged like 18 points a game on the EYBL with Vegas Elites. But I do think that passing is kind of what Creighton likes best about him. And again, with his size and athleticism, he can create, he can get to his kind of pull-up 3 off the dribble, and that kind of opens some things up with his ability to attack closeouts, get downhill, and create for others. So I think they got a pretty good one coming in that they're excited about. So
and a pretty clear vision of kind of what Greg McDermott or Alan Huss are trying to do with this team. What about on the women's side?
Yeah, they signed 3 players. Kate Amelot, 6-foot kind of wing guard forward from Wayzata High School in Minnesota. It's a theme with this program. They recruit really, really well up in Minnesota. Wayzata is Jackson McAndrews High School, so it's a program that's serving Creighton well. She missed her junior season, but averaged 13.5 points, just over 7 boards, and over 5 assists as a sophomore, just kind of showing the versatility and why Creighton targeted her, because that is like 6 foot, that 6 foot kind of wing that can pass, dribble, shoot, rebound. Like that's exactly what Flynn wants in a player. So she fits that really well. Jayla Williams, 5'10" guard from Ankeny, Iowa. She actually was AAU teammates with the Gesser twins.
Oh, okay. She from
played,
Millard West?
Yeah, she played up a year with them, helped them win the Adidas championship.
Oh, nice.
2 years ago, in 2024. So already a connection there.
Sure. Sure that helped.
Yeah. 5'10" guard, averaged almost 15 points, over 8 boards, and almost 3 steals for the junior, and set school records for rebounding and rebounding average in a season as a guard, as a 5'10" guard, which is kind of, I think, tells you how tenacious she is.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
Again, that's created as undersized as they typically play. You need guards that can rebound, and she appears to be one of them. And then finally, Maya Moore, 5'10" point guard, again, out of
Minnesota.
Arona High School. has almost 2,000 career points, almost 400 career steals in 3 seasons.
Okay.
So absolute stat sheet stuffer. And our friend Matt DeMarinis got to see her play a little bit this summer, and he was blown away. Like watching her go up against others in the top 100, like he was shocked that she didn't end up cracking that herself for ESPN's rankings.
Yeah.
But that's a player that he's really, really high on as well. And he's seen more of her than I have, so I'll defer to him there.
Yeah. What is that? Is that like 6 steals a game, basically? Yeah, I think is what they've got her listed at.
Yeah, like 374 or something like that. Like she's
unbelievable. Yeah, it's another good class for Flan. It'll be interesting to see. I'm fascinated about the way he's building the program, kind of in the face of how everybody else is doing things. Yeah. Really interested to see how that goes. So good to see that both the men's and women's teams got some quality signees in their class for 2026. All right, let's call that a wrap for today. That is Jacob Padilla. We will be back next week, hopefully with at least a little bit better news. I think there's only one game between the two teams between now and then, so hopefully,
and it's UMass, so
yeah, hopefully Eastern Shore doesn't cause any problems. But they were a little more thorn in the side of Nebraska than the Cornhuskers probably wanted as well. So that is another edition of Blue Jay Breakdown. Thanks for sticking around, and we will be back next week with more from Jacob.